Long before the first cities rose, before the first words were written, humanity looked to the skies and the earth and asked, where did it all begin? Picture this, a vast, endless ocean of darkness, where nothing existed but the potential for everything. From this void, a single spark ignited, and the world as we know it began to take shape. This is the story of creation as told by the ancient Egyptians, but it's just one of countless tales woven by cultures across the globe. Welcome to a journey through time and imagination, where we'll explore 50 unique stories about the creation of the world. From the primordial waters of Nun in Egypt to the cosmic battles of the Babylonian gods, from the giant Ymir of Norse mythology to the cosmic egg of Chinese legend, each story offers a glimpse into how our ancestors made sense of the universe. These myths are more than just stories. They are windows into the beliefs, values, and imaginations of the people who told them. Why do these ancient tales still captivate us today? Perhaps it's because they remind us of our shared humanity, our endless curiosity, and our desire to understand the mysteries of existence. As we dive into these 50 creation myths, you'll discover how different cultures saw the birth of the world, the gods who shaped it, and the forces that brought life into being. So, are you ready to embark on this extraordinary journey, to uncover the secrets of how the world began as told by the voices of the past? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll not only have explored 50 incredible stories, but also gained a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of human imagination. Let's begin. Now, let's step into the sands of ancient Egypt, where the story of creation begins with the god Atum and the endless waters of Nun. Imagine a time before time, when the universe was nothing but a vast, dark ocean, a place of infinite potential and stillness. This was Nun, the primordial waters where chaos and possibility coexisted. From this watery abyss, Atum, the first god, emerged. Unlike many creation stories that involve a divine being crafting the world from outside, Atum created himself. Through sheer will and self-generation, he brought himself into existence, becoming the spark of life in the void. Atum's first act was to create order from chaos. He stood on a mound of earth, the first solid ground rising from the waters of Nun. This act symbolized the separation of the heavens and the earth, the beginning of structure in the universe. But Atum didn't stop there. Alone in the void, he felt the need for companionship and creation. Using his own essence, he gave birth to two children, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. These two deities represented the fundamental forces of life, air and water essential for sustaining the world. Shu and Tefnut, in turn, gave birth to Geb, the earth god, and Nut, the sky goddess. Together, they formed the foundation of the physical world. Geb and Nut's union created the space where life could flourish, with Geb as the solid ground beneath our feet and Nut as the vast, starry sky above. This family of gods, known as the Ennead, became the core of Egyptian cosmology. The Ennead wasn't just a group of deities, it was a representation of the natural order, a divine blueprint for how the world worked. At the heart of this myth is the idea of self-creation and the power of the individual to bring order out of chaos. Atum's story reflects the ancient Egyptians' belief in the cyclical nature of existence, where creation and renewal are ongoing processes. The roles of Shu and Tefnut highlight the importance of balance, air and moisture, life and sustenance as the building blocks of the world. As we move forward, we'll see how other cultures imagined the birth of the universe, but the Egyptian creation myth of Atum sets the stage for understanding how ancient civilizations saw the world as a place of divine order and interconnected forces. Next, we'll journey to Mesopotamia, where the Babylonian gods waged cosmic battles to shape the heavens and the earth. Stay with us as we uncover the epic tale of Marduk and Tiamat. Now, let's travel to the ancient land of Mesopotamia, where the Babylonian creation myth unfolds in a dramatic clash of gods and monsters. At the center of this story is the Enuma Elish, a grand epic that tells of the struggle between chaos and order and the rise of Marduk, the god who would shape the world as we know it. The tale begins with the primordial waters where two forces, Apsu and Tiamat, represent the sweet and salty waters of creation. From their union, the first generation of gods was born. But as these younger gods grew in power and noise, Apsu grew angry, plotting to destroy them. Tiamat, however, hesitated, torn between loyalty to her mate and her children. When Apsu was ultimately slain by the god E, Tiamat's grief turned to rage. She transformed into a monstrous serpent, gathering an army of fearsome creatures to wage war against the younger gods. Enter Marduk, the son of E, a god of immense power and ambition. The younger gods, desperate for a champion, turned to Marduk, promising him kingship over all the gods if he could defeat Tiamat. Armed with mighty weapons and the winds as his allies, Marduk faced Tiamat in a cosmic battle. The clash was fierce, but Marduk's cunning and strength prevailed. He captured Tiamat in a net, split her body in two, and used her remains to create the heavens and the earth. Her tears became the rivers, and her roar became the thunder. But Marduk didn't stop there. From the blood of Tiamat's general, Kingu, he created humanity, tasking them with serving the gods and maintaining the order he had established. This act marked the beginning of civilization, with Marduk as its divine ruler. The Enuma Elish is more than just a creation story. It's a reflection of the Babylonian worldview, where order triumphs over chaos and the divine hierarchy shapes human destiny. Marduk's victory symbolizes the establishment of cosmic order, a theme that resonates across many ancient mythologies. As we leave the world of Marduk and Tiamat, we'll venture north to the icy realms of Norse mythology, where the world was born from the body of a giant. Stay with us as we uncover the story of Ymir and the creation of the 9 worlds. Now, let's journey to the frostbitten lands of the Norse, where the world began not with water or light, but with the body of a giant. In the Norse creation myth, the cosmos emerged from the lifeless void of Ginnungagap, a vast chasm between the realms of fire and ice. From this emptiness, the first being, Ymir, was born. Ymir, a giant of immense size, was both the ancestor of all giants and the raw material from which the world would be shaped. As Ymir slept, he sweated, and from his sweat more giants came into existence. But Ymir was not alone in this primordial void. From the melting ice of Niflheim, the cow Audhumla emerged, nourishing Ymir with her milk. As Audhumla licked the salty ice, she uncovered Beri, the first of the Aesir gods. Beri's son, Bor, married a giantess, and together they had 3 sons, Odin, Vili, and Vi. These 3 brothers would become the architects of the world as we know it. Odin and his brothers, driven by a desire to bring order to the chaos, turned their attention to Ymir. In a decisive act, they slew the giant, and from his body they crafted the world. Ymir's flesh became the earth, his blood the seas, his bones the mountains, and his skull the sky. His brains were scattered to form the clouds, and his eyebrows became the protective barrier of Midgard, the realm of humans. But the brothers didn't stop there. They took sparks from the realm of Muspelheim and placed them in the sky to create the sun, moon, and stars. They also shaped the first humans, Ask and Imbla, from 2 pieces of driftwood, breathing life and spirit into them. These humans were given Midgard as their home, a world protected by Ymir's eyebrows and connected to the other realms by the great world tree, Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, the cosmic ash tree, stands at the center of the Norse cosmos, its branches reaching into the heavens and its roots delving into the underworld. It connects the 9 realms from Asgard, the home of the gods, to Hel, the realm of the dead. Yggdrasil is not just a symbol of connection but also of life and renewal, as it sustains all beings and holds the fabric of the universe together. The Norse creation myth is a tale of transformation, where chaos is reshaped into order through the actions of the gods. It reflects the harsh beauty of the Norse worldview, where creation is born from destruction and life emerges from the remnants of the old. As we leave the icy realms of Ymir and Yggdrasil, we'll turn our gaze to the ancient Greeks, where the world began with chaos and the birth of the Titans. Stay with us as we explore the origins of the Greek cosmos. Now, let's step into the realm of ancient Greece, where the story of creation begins not with a giant or a battle, but with chaos itself. In the Greek creation myth, chaos was the first thing to exist, a vast, formless void that held the potential for all things. From this primordial emptiness, the first deities emerged: Gaia, the earth; Tartarus, the deep abyss; and Eros, the force of love and desire. These three beings set the stage for the unfolding of the cosmos. Gaia, the embodiment of the earth, was not content to remain alone. Without a partner, she gave birth to Uranus, the sky, who became both her equal and her mate. Together, Gaia and Uranus created the first generation of divine beings, known as the Titans. These powerful entities included Oceanus, the god of the great river that encircled the earth; Cronus, the cunning and ambitious leader; and Re, the mother of the Olympian gods. The Titans were not just symbols of natural forces, but also the first rulers of the universe. However, the relationship between Gaia and Uranus was far from harmonious. Uranus, fearing the power of his children, imprisoned them deep within Gaia's womb, in the dark depths of Tartarus. This act of cruelty sparked a rebellion led by Cronus, the youngest and most daring of the Titans. With Gaia's guidance, Cronus ambushed Uranus, castrating him and seizing control of the cosmos. This violent act marked the beginning of a recurring theme in Greek mythology: the cyclical struggle for power between generations. Cronus and the Titans ruled for a time, but their reign was not destined to last. Just as Cronus had overthrown his father, he too would be challenged by his own children. Fearing a prophecy that one of his offspring would overthrow him, Cronus devoured each of his children at birth. But Re, his wife, managed to save their youngest son, Zeus, by hiding him away. When Zeus grew to adulthood, he returned to confront his father, forcing him to release his siblings. Together, Zeus and his brothers and sisters waged a great war against the Titans, known as the Titanomachy, which ended with the Olympians victorious and the Titans imprisoned in Tartarus. This cycle of rebellion and succession is a central theme in Greek mythology, reflecting the ancient Greeks' understanding of the natural order and the inevitability of change. The stories of Gaia, Uranus, Cronus, and Zeus illustrate how power is never static but constantly shifting, with each generation challenging the authority of the one before it. As we leave the tumultuous world of the Greek gods, we'll turn our attention to the Hindu creation myth, where the universe is seen as an endless cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. Stay with us as we explore the profound wisdom of ancient India. Now, let's journey to the ancient lands of India, where the Hindu creation myth offers a profound perspective on the universe's eternal cycle. At the heart of this mythology lies the concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality that transcends all forms and boundaries. Brahman is the source of everything, the infinite, unchanging essence from which the cosmos emerges and into which it eventually dissolves. This idea of an endless cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction is central to Hindu cosmology, reflecting the belief that the universe is in a constant state of flux. From Brahman, the divine trinity known as the Trimurti arises, each deity playing a distinct role in maintaining the cosmic balance. First, there is Brahma, the creator. Brahma is responsible for bringing the universe into existence, shaping the physical and spiritual realms from the raw potential of Brahman. Often depicted with 4 heads, symbolizing his vast knowledge, Brahma's task is to set the stage for life and order. Yet, despite his crucial role, Brahma is rarely worshipped in Hinduism, as his work is seen as complete once creation begins. Next comes Vishnu, the preserver. Vishnu's role is to sustain the universe, ensuring harmony and balance throughout its existence. He is often portrayed as a serene figure, resting on the cosmic serpent Ananta, floating on the ocean of eternity. Vishnu is known for his 10 incarnations or avatars, which he takes to restore order whenever chaos threatens the world. From the heroic Rama to the wise Krishna, these avatars embody Vishnu's commitment to protecting creation and guiding humanity. Finally, there is Shiva, the destroyer. While destruction might sound ominous, Shiva's role is essential for renewal. He dissolves the universe at the end of each cosmic cycle, clearing the way for Brahma to begin the process of creation anew. Shiva is often depicted as a meditative ascetic, surrounded by symbols of both destruction and regeneration, such as the crescent moon and the flowing Ganges River. His dance, the Tandava, represents the rhythmic pulse of the universe, creation and destruction in perfect balance. Together, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva form a dynamic trio, each contributing to the cosmic order in their own way. Their interplay reflects the Hindu understanding of time as cyclical rather than linear, with the universe undergoing endless phases of birth, existence, and dissolution. This belief in the eternal cycle of creation and destruction offers a unique lens through which to view existence, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all things and the inevitability of change. As we leave the rich tapestry of Hindu mythology, we'll turn our attention to the Chinese creation myth, where the universe begins with the cracking of a cosmic egg. Join us as we uncover the story of Pangu and the birth of Yin and Yang. Now, let's travel to ancient China, where the creation myth of Pangu offers a vivid and symbolic tale of how the world came to be. According to this story, the universe began as a formless, chaotic void contained within a massive cosmic egg. Inside this egg, the forces of Yin and Yang, the opposing yet complementary energies of darkness and light, stillness and movement, were perfectly balanced. From this primordial state, the giant Pangu emerged, breaking free from the egg and setting the stage for creation. Pangu's first act was to separate Yin and Yang, using a giant axe to cleave the chaos into two distinct parts. The lighter, purer energy of Yang rose upward to form the heavens, while the heavier, denser energy of Yin sank downward to become the earth. Pangu then stood between them, holding the sky and earth apart with his immense strength. For 18,000 years, he maintained this position, growing taller each day as the sky and earth grew further apart. His tireless effort ensured that the two realms would never collapse back into chaos. When Pangu finally passed away, his body became the foundation of the world. His breath transformed into the wind and clouds, his voice into thunder, and his eyes into the sun and moon. His blood flowed to form rivers and oceans, while his muscles and bones became the mountains and valleys. Even the hair on his body turned into forests and grasslands, and his sweat fell as rain, nourishing the land. In this way, Pangu's sacrifice gave rise to the physical world, shaping every aspect of nature as we know it. The story of Pangu is not just a tale of creation, but also a reflection of the Chinese philosophical concept of Yin and Yang. These two forces, though opposite, are interdependent and necessary for balance. Pangu's act of separating them symbolizes the emergence of order from chaos, a theme that resonates deeply in Chinese culture. His transformation into the natural world also highlights the belief in the interconnectedness of all things, where every element of the universe is part of a greater whole. As we move from the cosmic origins of Pangu's world, we'll step into the vibrant mythology of the Maya, where the gods' attempts to create humanity take center stage. Stay with us as we explore the Popul Vuh and the adventures of the hero twins. Now we journey to the lush landscapes of ancient Mesoamerica, where the Mayan creation myth, as told in the Popul Vuh, unfolds with divine ambition and cosmic trials. This sacred text, often referred to as the Book of the People, reveals a world where gods strive to create beings capable of worshipping them, a task that proves far more challenging than they initially imagined. In the beginning, the gods Tepu and Gukumats, the creators and shapers of all things, gathered in the primordial darkness. They spoke together, envisioning a world filled with life, order, and reverence. Their first attempt to create humans was made from mud, but these beings were weak and crumbled apart, unable to speak or honor their creators. Disappointed, the gods destroyed them and tried again, this time crafting humans from wood. Though these wooden figures could move and speak, they lacked hearts and souls, and their hollow nature made them incapable of gratitude or devotion. The gods, angered by their failure, sent a great flood to wipe them out, leaving only a few survivors who, according to the myth, became the monkeys of the forest. Determined to succeed, the gods sought guidance from the divine animals and spirits of the world. They learned that the key to creating true humans lay in using maize, the sacred crop that sustained life. From this golden grain, they formed the flesh and bones of the first true humans, breathing life into them and granting them the ability to think, speak, and worship. These humans made of maize were the ancestors of the Maya people, and their creation marked the beginning of a new era, but the story doesn't end there. The Popul Vuh also introduces us to the hero twins Hunahpu and Xbalanque, whose adventures are central to the Mayan worldview. Born of divine lineage, the twins faced countless trials, including battles with the lords of the underworld, Xibalba. Through their cunning, bravery, and supernatural abilities, they outwitted their enemies and restored balance to the world. Their journey symbolizes the triumph of life over death, light over darkness, and order over chaos, themes that resonate deeply in Mayan culture. The Popul Vuh is more than a creation story. It is a reflection of the Mayan understanding of the universe, where gods, humans, and nature are intricately connected. It teaches us about perseverance, the importance of harmony, and the sacred relationship between humanity and the divine. As we leave the world of the Maya, we'll step into the realm of the Aztecs, where the cycle of creation and destruction takes on a cosmic scale. Stay with us as we explore the myth of the five suns and the role of Quetzalcoatl in shaping humanity. Now, let us turn our gaze to the vibrant and tumultuous world of the Aztecs, where creation is not a singular event but a cycle of destruction and rebirth. The Aztec creation myth revolves around the concept of the five suns, each representing an era of the world, marked by its own unique characteristics and ultimate demise. This cyclical view of time reflects the Aztec belief in the impermanence of existence and the constant struggle to maintain cosmic balance. In the beginning, there was only darkness and chaos. The gods gathered at Teotihuacan, the sacred city, to decide who would bring light to the world. Two gods, Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl, stepped forward, each taking turns to become the sun. Tezcatlipoca, the god of night and sorcery, was the first to ascend, creating the era of the first sun. However, his reign ended in catastrophe when the world was overrun by giants and destroyed by jaguars. The second sun, ruled by Quetzalcoatl, brought a time of peace and prosperity, but it too met its end when hurricanes swept the earth, turning humans into monkeys. The third sun was governed by Tlaloc, the rain god, whose era ended in a fiery rain of volcanic ash. The fourth sun, under the care of Chalchutlicue, the water goddess, was a time of abundance, but it was drowned in a great flood, leaving only fish to survive. Each of these eras ended in devastation, reminding the Aztecs of the fragility of life and the power of the gods. The fifth sun, the current era, was born when the gods sacrificed themselves to create a new world. According to the myth, the gods gathered at Teotihuacan once more, and two of them, Nanahuatzin and Tecusistecatl, volunteered to become the sun and moon. Nanahuatzin, the humble and courageous god, leaped into the sacrificial fire and rose as the sun, while Tecusistecatl, after hesitating, became the moon. To keep the sun moving across the sky, the gods offered their own blood, a sacrifice that continues to be honored in Aztec rituals. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, played a pivotal role in the creation of humanity in this new era. After the world was formed, he descended into the underworld Mictlan to retrieve the bones of the previous humans. Mixing these bones with his own blood, he created the first people of the fifth sun, breathing life into them and granting them the ability to thrive. Quetzalcoatl's actions symbolize the interconnectedness of life and death and the necessity of sacrifice for renewal. The Aztec creation myth is a profound reflection of their worldview, emphasizing the cyclical nature of existence and the delicate balance between creation and destruction. It teaches us about resilience, the importance of sacrifice, and the enduring power of the divine. As we move forward, we'll explore the rich tapestry of the Aboriginal Dreamtime, where ancestral beings shaped the land and its people. Stay with us as we uncover the spiritual connection between the land and its inhabitants in this ancient tradition. Now, let us journey to the vast and ancient landscapes of Australia, where the Aboriginal people hold a profound and timeless connection to the land through their creation stories. At the heart of their mythology lies the Dreamtime, a sacred era when ancestral beings roamed the earth, shaping its features and establishing the laws of life. The Dreamtime is not just a distant past but a living reality, a spiritual framework that continues to guide the Aboriginal people in their relationship with the land, the cosmos, and each other. In the Dreamtime, the world was formless and empty until the ancestral beings, often referred to as the ancestors, emerged from the earth, the sky, and the waters. These beings took on many forms. Some were human-like, others were animals, and some were a blend of both. As they traveled across the land, they created the mountains, rivers, valleys, and deserts through their actions and interactions. For example, the great ancestor known as the rainbow serpent carved out rivers and waterholes as it moved through the land, while other beings shaped the mountains with their footsteps or created the stars by throwing embers into the night sky. These stories are not merely tales of creation but are deeply tied to the land itself. Every rock, tree, and body of water holds a story, a memory of the ancestors' deeds. The Aboriginal people see themselves as custodians of these sacred sites, responsible for preserving the stories and maintaining the spiritual balance of the land. This connection is expressed through rituals, songs, dances, and art, which serve as a bridge between the physical world and the Dreamtime. The Dreamtime also establishes a moral and social order, teaching the importance of respect, harmony, and responsibility. The ancestors set the laws that govern human behavior, relationships, and the natural world. These laws are passed down through generations, ensuring that the wisdom of the Dreamtime remains alive and relevant. For the Aboriginal people, the Dreamtime is not just a myth but a way of life, a spiritual compass that guides their actions and beliefs. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Dreamtime is its timelessness. While it describes the creation of the world, it is also a continuous presence, a dimension that exists alongside the physical world. The ancestors are not gone. They remain in the land, the sky, and the waters, watching over their descendants and influencing the natural world. This belief fosters a deep sense of belonging and responsibility, as the Aboriginal people see themselves as part of an unbroken chain that stretches back to the very beginning of time. The Dreamtime stories remind us of the interconnectedness of all things land, people, and spirit. They teach us to see the world not as a collection of separate entities but as a living, breathing whole, where every action has consequences and every being has a role to play. As we move forward, we'll delve into the Yoruba creation myth, where the supreme god Olodumare entrusts the shaping of the earth to the wise and creative Obatala. Stay with us as we uncover how humanity was molded from clay and the vital role of the Orishas in this vibrant tradition. Now, let us turn our gaze to the vibrant and intricate world of Yoruba mythology, where the supreme god Olodumare reigns over the cosmos. In this rich tradition, creation begins with Olodumare, the all-powerful and all-knowing deity, who decides to bring order to the formless void. To carry out this monumental task, Olodumare chooses Obatala, a wise and patient Orisha to shape the earth and prepare it for life. Obatala, often depicted as a figure of purity and creativity, descends from the heavens with a chain, a snail shell filled with sand, and a sacred palm nut. These tools become the instruments of creation. As Obatala reaches the watery expanse below, he pours the sand from the snail shell onto the surface of the water, creating solid ground. He then plants the palm nut, which grows into a mighty tree, symbolizing the foundation of life. With the earth now formed, Obatala begins to mold the first humans from clay, carefully shaping each one with his hands. However, during this process, Obatala becomes distracted by the intoxicating effects of palm wine, which he had brewed earlier. As a result, some of the figures he creates are imperfect, leading to the diversity of human forms and conditions we see today. Despite this, Olodumare breathes life into each figure, granting them a soul and a purpose. The Yoruba creation story also highlights the vital role of the Orishas, the divine intermediaries between Olodumare and humanity. These powerful beings, each with their own unique attributes and domains, serve as guides, protectors, and teachers for humans. For example, Shango, the Orisha of thunder and lightning, embodies strength and justice, while Oshun, the goddess of rivers and love, represents beauty, fertility, and healing. The Orishas are not distant deities but active participants in the lives of their followers, offering wisdom, blessings, and protection. This myth underscores the Yoruba belief in the interconnectedness of the spiritual and physical worlds. Humans are not separate from the divine but are deeply connected to it, shaped by the hands of Obatala and animated by the breath of Olodumare. The Orishas, as extensions of Olodumare's power, remind humanity of its responsibilities to maintain harmony, respect the natural world, and honor the divine order. Through rituals, offerings, and prayers, the Yoruba people maintain a living relationship with the Orishas, ensuring that the wisdom of creation continues to guide their lives. As we reflect on the Yoruba creation myth, we see a world where divinity and humanity are intertwined, where the act of creation is both a divine gift and a shared responsibility. Next, we'll explore the Sumerian creation myth, where the gods An, Enlil, and Enki shape the world and create humanity to serve them. Join us as we uncover how the Tigris and Euphrates rivers play a central role in this ancient tale. Now, let us journey to the ancient land of Sumer, where the gods An, Enlil, and Enki shape the world and set the stage for humanity's existence. In this myth, the universe begins as a vast, watery chaos, much like in other creation stories. From this primordial abyss, the gods emerge, each with a distinct role in bringing order to the cosmos. And the sky god represents the heavens, while Enlil, the god of air and storms, governs the earth. Enki, the god of wisdom and water, brings life and vitality to the world through his mastery of the rivers and seas. The Sumerian creation myth tells us that the gods, though powerful, grew weary of their labor. To ease their burden, they decided to create humans. Enki, known for his cleverness and resourcefulness, took clay from the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the lifeblood of Mesopotamia, and mixed it with the blood of a slain god. This divine essence gave humans both life and purpose, but it also bound them to serve the gods. Humanity's role was to cultivate the land, build temples, and offer sacrifices, ensuring the gods were honored and the world remained in balance. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers play a central role in this story, not only as the source of the clay used to create humans, but also as symbols of fertility and abundance. These rivers, flowing through the heart of Mesopotamia, brought water to the arid land, enabling agriculture and sustaining civilization. The Sumerians saw the rivers as gifts from the gods, essential to their survival and prosperity. They believed that the gods controlled the river's flow, and by maintaining harmony with the divine, they could ensure the rivers continued to nourish their fields and cities. This myth reflects the Sumerians' deep connection to their environment and their understanding of humanity's place within the cosmos. humans were not merely creations but partners in maintaining the divine order. Through their labor and devotion, they upheld the balance between the heavens, the earth, and the waters, ensuring the gods' favor and the world's continued existence. As we leave the fertile plains of Sumer, we turn our attention to the Zoroastrian creation myth, where the forces of light and darkness engage in an eternal struggle. Join us as we explore how Ahura Mazda and Angra Mainyu shaped the world and the cosmic battle that defines their existence. Now we step into the realm of ancient Persia, where the Zoroastrian creation myth unfolds as a cosmic battle between light and darkness. At the heart of this story are two powerful forces: Ahura Mazda, the god of light, wisdom, and creation, and Angra Mainyu, the spirit of darkness, chaos, and destruction. Their eternal struggle shapes the very fabric of the universe, setting the stage for a world defined by the tension between good and evil. In the beginning, Ahura Mazda existed in a state of pure light, a realm of infinite wisdom and order. From this divine essence, he created the world as a place of beauty and harmony, filled with the elements of fire, water, earth, and air. But Angra Mainyu, born from the void of darkness, sought to corrupt this perfect creation. He brought chaos, disease, and death into the world, challenging Ahura Mazda's vision of order and balance. The Zoroastrian myth portrays the world as a battleground where these two forces clash. Ahura Mazda, representing truth and righteousness, empowers humanity with free will, urging them to choose the path of good. Angra Mainyu, on the other hand, tempts humans with lies and deceit, seeking to lead them astray. This dualistic struggle is not just a cosmic conflict but also a deeply personal one, as every individual must navigate the choices between light and darkness in their own lives. Central to this myth is the belief that the world was created as a testing ground, a place where the forces of good and evil could confront each other. Ahura Mazda's ultimate goal is to guide humanity toward a final victory over Angra Mainyu, a time when light will triumph over darkness and the world will be restored to its original perfection. This vision of an eventual renewal, known as Frashokrati, offers hope and purpose to those who follow the teachings of Zoroastrianism. The Zoroastrian creation myth also emphasizes the importance of human responsibility. People are not passive observers in this cosmic drama but active participants. Through their choices and actions, they contribute to the ongoing battle between good and evil. By living virtuously, practicing truth, and resisting the temptations of Angra Mainyu, humans align themselves with Ahura Mazda and help bring about the eventual triumph of light. As we reflect on this powerful story, we see how it captures the universal themes of struggle, choice, and hope. The Zoroastrian myth reminds us that the world is shaped not only by divine forces but also by the decisions we make every day. With this in mind, we now turn to the Polynesian creation myth, where the god Tauroa emerges from a cosmic shell to bring life to the world. Join us as we explore this fascinating tale of creation and the role of the ocean in shaping Polynesian mythology. Now, let us journey across the vast Pacific Ocean to the islands of Polynesia, where the creation myth of Tauroa unfolds in a tale as deep and mysterious as the waters themselves. In this story, the god Tauroa emerges from a cosmic shell known as the Rumia to bring life and form to the world. This shell, often described as a dark, infinite void, represents the primordial state of existence before creation began. From within this shell, Tauroa breaks free, using his divine power to shape the earth, sky, and all living things. The ocean plays a central role in Polynesian mythology, not just as a physical space but as a sacred and life-giving force. For the Polynesian people, the ocean is more than water. It is a living entity, a source of sustenance, and a pathway connecting the islands. It is believed that Tauroa himself drew upon the ocean's energy to create the world, shaping the land from its depths and filling it with life. The ocean's tides, waves, and currents are seen as expressions of Tauroa's ongoing presence and power, reminding the people of their connection to the divine. In this myth, Taroa's creation is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. He continues to shape and sustain the world, ensuring harmony between the land, sea, and sky. The Polynesian people view themselves as stewards of this balance, living in harmony with the natural world and honoring the ocean as a sacred gift from Taroa. This deep respect for the ocean is reflected in their navigation skills, fishing practices, and cultural traditions, all of which are rooted in a profound understanding of the sea's rhythms and mysteries. The Polynesian creation myth also highlights the interconnectedness of all things. Just as Taroa emerged from the cosmic shell to create the world, so too do humans emerge from the ocean, symbolizing their shared origin with the divine. This belief fosters a sense of unity and responsibility, encouraging the Polynesian people to care for their environment and preserve the balance that Taroa established. As we reflect on this story, we are reminded of the ocean's enduring significance in Polynesian culture. It is not just a backdrop to their lives, but a vital part of their identity, spirituality, and survival. With this in mind, we now turn to the Inca creation myth, where the god Viracocha rises from the waters of Lake Titicaca to bring light and life to the world. Join us as we explore this fascinating tale of creation and the role of the sun in shaping Inca mythology. Now, let us travel to the high Andes of South America, where the Inca creation myth unfolds with the rise of Viracocha, the supreme creator god. According to this ancient story, Viracocha emerged from the sacred waters of Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world, to bring order and light to a dark and chaotic universe. In the beginning, there was only emptiness, but Viracocha, with his divine wisdom and power, began the work of creation. He first formed the sun, moon, and stars, placing them in the sky to illuminate the world and mark the passage of time. These celestial bodies were not just physical objects but living beings, imbued with spirit and purpose. The sun, known as Inti, holds a particularly significant role in Inca mythology. As the source of light, warmth, and life, Inti was revered as a powerful deity and a direct manifestation of Viracocha's creative energy. The Inca people believed that Inti was not only the ruler of the heavens but also the ancestor of their rulers, the Sapa Inca. This divine connection between Inti and the Inca emperors reinforced their authority and legitimacy, as they were seen as the earthly representatives of the sun god. Inti's daily journey across the sky was a reminder of his constant presence and protection, and the Inca celebrated him through grand festivals such as Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun. Viracocha's creation did not stop with the heavens. After shaping the celestial bodies, he turned his attention to the earth, molding the mountains, rivers, and valleys. He then created the first humans from stone, breathing life into them and teaching them the skills they would need to thrive. These early humans were placed in different regions, each group destined to become the ancestors of the diverse peoples of the Andes. Viracocha's work was not just about creation but also about establishing harmony and balance in the world, ensuring that all elements of nature work together in unity. The Inca creation myth emphasizes the interconnectedness of the cosmos, the earth, and humanity. Viracocha's actions reflect a deep understanding of the natural world and its cycles, which the Inca people observed and honored in their daily lives. The sun, moon, and stars were not distant entities but active participants in the ongoing story of creation, guiding the Inca in their agricultural practices, rituals, and governance. This worldview fostered a profound respect for nature and a sense of responsibility to maintain the balance that Viracocha had established. As we reflect on the Inca creation myth, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of Viracocha and Inti in Andean culture. Their stories continue to inspire reverence for the natural world and a recognition of humanity's place within the greater cosmos. With this in mind, we now turn to the Celtic creation myth, where the union of the earth goddess Donu and the sky god Bile brings forth the world and its inhabitants. Join us as we explore this rich tapestry of myth and meaning. Now, let us journey to the misty hills and lush forests of ancient Celtic lands, where the creation of the world unfolds through the union of two powerful deities. In Celtic mythology, the earth goddess Donu and the sky god Bile come together to bring life and form to the cosmos. Donu, often referred to as the mother of the gods, embodies the fertile, nurturing essence of the earth. She is the source of rivers, the giver of life, and the protector of all that grows. Bile, on the other hand, represents the vast expanse of the sky, the realm of light, and the boundless potential of the heavens. Together, their union symbolizes the harmonious balance between earth and sky, a theme central to Celtic cosmology. From their sacred union, the world as the Celts knew it was born. The land, rivers, and forests emerged, teeming with life and vitality. Donu and Bile's children, known as the Tuatha De Danann, or the people of Donu, became the divine beings who shaped and governed the natural world. These deities were deeply connected to the elements, each overseeing aspects of nature such as the wind, water, fire, and earth. The Celts saw the natural world as a living, breathing entity, infused with divine energy and purpose. This belief fostered a profound respect for the environment, as every tree, stone, and stream was considered sacred. The importance of nature in Celtic mythology cannot be overstated. The Celts viewed the earth as a manifestation of Donu herself, a nurturing mother who provided for her children. Rituals and festivals were held to honor the changing seasons, ensuring that the cycles of growth, harvest, and renewal were respected. Sacred groves, springs, and mountains served as places of worship, where the boundaries between the human and divine worlds blurred. The Celts believed that by living in harmony with nature, they could maintain the balance established by Donu and Bile, ensuring prosperity and peace. One of the most striking aspects of Celtic creation mythology is its emphasis on interconnectedness. Just as Donu and Bile's union brought forth the world, every element of nature was seen as part of a greater whole. The rivers flowed from Donu's life-giving essence, while the sky reflected Bile's infinite wisdom. This worldview encouraged the Celts to see themselves not as separate from nature but as an integral part of it. Their myths and legends often featured heroes and deities who worked alongside the forces of nature rather than against them, highlighting the importance of cooperation and respect. As we delve into the Celtic creation myth, we are reminded of the timeless wisdom it holds. The story of Donu and Bile teaches us about the delicate balance between earth and sky, the sacredness of the natural world, and humanity's role within it. With this in mind, we now turn to the Japanese creation myth, where the divine couple Izanagi and Izanami shape the islands of Japan and give birth to the gods. Join us as we uncover the fascinating origins of this ancient culture. Now, let us cross the seas to the land of the rising sun, where the Japanese creation myth unfolds through the divine partnership of Izanagi and Izanami. These two deities, born from the primordial chaos, were tasked with shaping the world and bringing order to the formless void. Standing on the floating bridge of heaven, Ama no Yukihashi, they stirred the ocean below with a jeweled spear. As they lifted the spear, drops of water fell back into the sea, forming the first island of Japan, Onogoro. This act marked the beginning of the Japanese archipelago, a land born from the sacred union of heaven and water. Izanagi and Izanami descended to the newly formed island and decided to marry, creating a ritual to solidify their union. They built a great pillar and circled it in opposite directions, meeting on the other side to declare their vows. From their union, the islands of Japan and countless deities were born. However, tragedy struck when Izanami died, giving birth to the fire god Kagetsuchi. Heartbroken, Izanagi journeyed to the underworld, Yomi, to retrieve her, but upon seeing her decaying form, he fled in horror, sealing the entrance to Yomi with a massive boulder. This separation between the living and the dead became a defining moment in Japanese mythology, symbolizing the boundary between life and death. Returning to the world of the living, Izanagi purified himself in a river, and from this act of cleansing, three of the most important deities in Japanese mythology were born. From his left eye emerged Amaterasu, the radiant sun goddess, who would become the ancestor of the Japanese imperial family. From his right eye came Tsukuyomi, the moon god, and from his nose Susanoo, the storm god. These three siblings would play pivotal roles in shaping the cosmos and the cultural identity of Japan. Amaterasu, in particular, holds immense significance in Japanese mythology. As the goddess of the sun, she represents light, life, and the nurturing power of the heavens. Her radiance brought warmth and fertility to the land, ensuring the prosperity of the people. However, her relationship with her brother Susanoo was fraught with conflict. In a fit of rage, Susanoo wreaked havoc in Amaterasu's sacred rice fields and even threw a flayed horse into her weaving hall. Devastated, Amaterasu retreated into a cave, plunging the world into darkness. The other gods, desperate to restore light, devised a plan to lure her out. They gathered outside the cave, creating a spectacle of music, laughter, and a mirror that reflected her brilliance. Curious, Amaterasu peeked out, and the gods pulled her back into the world, restoring light and balance. This story of Amaterasu's retreat and return is not just a tale of cosmic drama, but also a reflection of the Japanese reverence for the sun and its life-giving power. Amaterasu's connection to the imperial family further cements her role as a symbol of unity and divine authority in Japanese culture. Her legacy endures in rituals, festivals, and the spiritual fabric of Japan, reminding us of the enduring power of light and renewal. As we leave the celestial realms of Japanese mythology, we now turn to the Native American Iroquois creation myth, where the Sky Woman descends from the heavens to shape the world with the help of the Great Turtle. Join us as we explore this fascinating tale of creation and connection. Now, let us journey across the vast expanse of the Pacific to the lands of the Native American Iroquois people, where the story of creation begins not with gods or primordial chaos, but with a figure known as the Sky Woman. According to the Iroquois creation myth, the world as we know it began in the realm above, where the Sky Woman lived peacefully among the celestial beings. But one day, her life took a dramatic turn when she fell through a hole in the sky, tumbling toward the endless waters below. As she descended, the animals of the watery world noticed her plight and sprang into action. They knew the Sky Woman could not survive in the water, so they devised a plan to create a safe place for her to land. The Great Turtle, a wise and noble creature, offered his back as a foundation. Other animals, like the muskrat and the beaver, dove deep into the waters to gather soil from the ocean floor. After many attempts, the muskrat succeeded, bringing up a small handful of earth. This soil was placed on the Great Turtle's back, and as it spread, it grew into a vast landmass, forming what we now call North America. This act of cooperation between the animals and the Great Turtle laid the foundation for the world as the Iroquois know it. The Sky Woman, now safely on the Great Turtle's back, began to shape the land. She planted seeds she had brought from the sky, which grew into the first plants and trees. Over time, she gave birth to a daughter who would go on to play a pivotal role in the creation of life. The daughter, in turn, bore twin sons, one of whom was good and the other filled with chaos. These twins, often referred to as the right-handed twin and the left-handed twin, became the forces of balance in the world, representing harmony and conflict, light and darkness, and the dual nature of existence. The Great Turtle, who had provided the foundation for the world, became a symbol of stability and endurance in Iroquois culture. His role in the creation story highlights the importance of cooperation and the interconnectedness of all living beings. The Iroquois people see the earth as a living entity resting on the back of the Great Turtle, and this belief fosters a deep respect for the natural world and its delicate balance. This myth not only explains the origins of the world, but also reflects the values of the Iroquois people, values of community, respect for nature, and the understanding that life is a delicate interplay of opposing forces. As we leave the world of the Iroquois, we now turn to the Persian creation myth, where the struggle between light and darkness takes center stage in the cosmic battle between Ahura Mazda and Angra Mainyu. Join us as we explore this tale of duality and the eternal fight for balance. Now, let us step into the ancient world of Persia, where the forces of light and darkness are locked in an eternal struggle. The Persian creation myth, rooted in Zoroastrianism, tells a tale of cosmic duality where the supreme god Ahura Mazda, the embodiment of light and wisdom, creates the world in 7 stages. Each stage represents a step toward order and harmony, but this creation is not without its challenges, as Ahura Mazda's counterpart, Angra Mainyu, the spirit of darkness and chaos, seeks to disrupt the balance. In the beginning, there was only Ahura Mazda, the source of all that is good and pure. He envisioned a world filled with light, truth, and life, and set out to bring this vision into being. The first stage of creation was the formation of the sky, a vast dome of crystal that would serve as the boundary between the realms of light and darkness. Next came the waters, flowing and pure, followed by the earth, solid and fertile. Ahura Mazda then created the first plant, a single tree that would symbolize the life-giving power of nature. The fifth stage brought forth the first animal, a mighty bull representing strength and vitality. The sixth stage introduced the first human, Tiamat, a being of pure light and potential. Finally, Ahura Mazda created fire, the eternal flame that would illuminate the world and serve as a symbol of divine presence. But as Ahura Mazda worked to bring order and beauty to the world, Angra Mainyu, the destructive force of darkness, sought to undo his efforts. Angra Mainyu attacked each stage of creation, polluting the waters, withering the plants, and bringing suffering to the animals. He even struck down Tiamat, the first human, but from Tiamat's body sprang the first man and woman, Mashia and Mashiana, who would become the ancestors of humanity. Ahura Mazda, however, had foreseen this struggle and had already given humans the gift of free will, the ability to choose between good and evil, light and darkness. This gift of free will lies at the heart of the Persian creation myth. Ahura Mazda did not create humans to be mere servants or pawns, but as beings capable of shaping their own destiny. Every choice, every action becomes a part of the ongoing battle between light and darkness. The world, as envisioned by Ahura Mazda, is a battleground where good and evil are in constant conflict, and it is up to humanity to align themselves with the forces of light, truth, and righteousness. The Persian creation myth is not just a story of how the world came to be, but also a profound reflection on the nature of existence. It teaches that life is a series of choices, and each choice carries weight in the cosmic balance. The struggle between Ahura Mazda and Angra Mainyu is mirrored in the daily lives of individuals, reminding us that the fight for goodness and harmony is both universal and deeply personal. As we leave the world of Persian mythology, we now turn to the Maori creation myth, where the separation of sky and earth sets the stage for the birth of the natural world. Join us as we explore this tale of unity, separation, and the enduring bond between the heavens and the earth. Now, let us journey to the lush islands of New Zealand, where the Maori creation myth unfolds with a tale of unity, separation, and the birth of the natural world. At the heart of this story are Rangi and Papa, the Sky Father and Earth Mother, whose embrace once held the world in darkness. Bound together in an eternal closeness, their children lived in the cramped space between them, longing for light and freedom. Rangi and Papa's children, each embodying different aspects of the natural world, grew restless in the confined darkness. Among them was Tane Mahuta, the god of forests and birds, who would play a pivotal role in shaping the world as we know it. The children debated how to bring light and space into their lives, and one by one they tried to separate their parents. Tumatoanga, the god of war, attempted to force them apart with strength, but his efforts were in vain. Rongamatane, the god of cultivated plants, and Tangaroa, the god of the sea, also tried and failed. It was Tane Mahuta who finally succeeded, using his immense strength and determination. He lay on his back and pushed against his father, Rangi, with his powerful legs, slowly forcing the sky upward and away from the earth. As Rangi and Papa were separated, light flooded into the world for the first time, and the children rejoiced. But this separation was not without sorrow. Rangi wept for his beloved Papa, and his tears fell as rain, while Papa's sighs rose as mist, a reminder of their enduring bond. The space between them became the realm of life, where forests, rivers, and mountains flourished under the care of their children. Tane Mahuta, in particular, took on a vital role in this new world. As the god of forests, he clothed the earth in greenery, creating a home for birds and all living creatures. He is also credited with creating the first human, shaping her from the earth and breathing life into her. This act solidified his importance as a bridge between the natural world and humanity, a guardian of life and growth. The Maori creation myth is more than a story of how the world came to be. It is a reflection of the interconnectedness of all things. Rangi and Papa's separation brought light and life, but their love and longing for each other remain a constant presence in the natural world. Tane Mahuta's role as a creator and caretaker highlights the Maori reverence for nature and the belief that humans are deeply tied to the land and its resources. As we leave the world of Maori mythology, we now turn to the Finnish creation myth, where the world emerges from the fragments of a cosmic egg. Join us as we explore this tale of beginnings, transformation, and the eternal wisdom of the sage Väinämöinen. Now let us travel to the cold, mystical lands of Finland, where the creation of the world begins with a cosmic egg and the wisdom of an eternal sage. In Finnish mythology, the universe was born from the fragments of a giant egg laid by a cosmic bird. This egg, floating in the vast emptiness of the primordial void, held within it the seeds of all creation. When it finally cracked open, the pieces of its shell became the building blocks of the world. The upper half of the egg rose to form the heavens, while the lower half settled to create the earth. From the yolk, the sun was born, casting its golden light across the newly formed world. At the center of this creation story is Väinämöinen, a wise and eternal sage who played a crucial role in shaping the land. Väinämöinen, often depicted as an old man with a long beard and a deep, resonant voice, was not just a creator but also a singer and a poet. His words carried the power to shape reality, and his songs could summon the forces of nature. As the world took form, Väinämöinen used his wisdom and magic to bring order to the chaos. He smoothed the rugged landscapes, filled the valleys with water to create lakes and rivers, and planted the first forests, breathing life into the barren earth. One of the most fascinating aspects of Väinämöinen's role in the Finnish creation myth is his connection to the natural world. He is often seen as a bridge between the divine and the earthly, a figure who embodies the harmony between humans and nature. His actions reflect the Finnish reverence for the land and the belief that the world is a living, interconnected entity. Väinämöinen's songs, which are said to still echo in the winds and waters of Finland, remind us of the power of creation and the enduring bond between humanity and the natural world. As we leave the snowy forests and shimmering lakes of Finland, we now turn to the Slavic creation myth, where the world emerges from the body of a giant and the thunder god Perun takes center stage. Join us as we uncover this tale of cosmic beginnings and divine power. Now, let us journey to the vast and ancient lands of the Slavs, where the creation of the world unfolds through the actions of powerful deities and the body of a cosmic giant. In Slavic mythology, the supreme god Rod is the source of all existence, the primordial force from which everything springs. Before the world as we know it came into being, there was only darkness and chaos. It was Rod who brought order to this void, separating the heavens from the earth and setting the stage for creation. According to the myth, the earth itself was formed from the body of a giant, a being of immense power and significance. This giant, whose name is often lost to time, was said to have been sacrificed or fallen in battle, and from his body the world took shape. His flesh became the fertile soil, his bones the mountains, and his blood the rivers and seas. This act of transformation symbolizes the interconnectedness of all life, as the giant's body gave rise to the very foundation of the world. At the heart of this creation story is Perun, the mighty thunder god and one of the most revered deities in Slavic mythology. Perun, often depicted with a hammer or axe, is the embodiment of strength, justice, and the forces of nature. He is the protector of the world, wielding the power of thunder and lightning to maintain order and ward off chaos. Perun's role in the creation myth is not just as a guardian, but also as a symbol of the cyclical nature of life and death, destruction and renewal. His thunderous presence reminds us of the ever-present balance between creation and destruction, a theme that resonates deeply in Slavic cosmology. The Slavic creation myth, with its vivid imagery and profound symbolism, offers a glimpse into the worldview of the ancient Slavs. It reflects their reverence for the natural world, their understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, and their belief in the power of the divine to shape and sustain the universe. As we move forward, we will delve into the Mesopotamian creation myth, where the gods Anu, Enlil, and E shape the world and humanity. Stay with us as we continue this journey through the stories of creation. Now, let us turn our gaze to the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where one of the earliest recorded creation myths emerged from the heart of Mesopotamia. In this ancient civilization, the gods Anu, Enlil, and E played pivotal roles in shaping the world and humanity. The Mesopotamian creation myth, deeply rooted in the culture of Sumer and later Babylon, reveals a world born from divine will and cosmic order. At the beginning, there was only the primordial waters of chaos known as Apsu and Tiamat. From these waters, the first gods emerged, including Anu, the sky god and ruler of the heavens. Anu, as the supreme deity, represented the highest authority and the source of divine power. Below him was Enlil, the god of wind and storms, who became the ruler of the earth and the enforcer of divine laws. Together, Anu and Enlil brought structure to the cosmos, separating the heavens from the earth and establishing the foundations of the world. But it was E, the god of wisdom and water, who played a crucial role in the creation of humanity. According to the myth, the gods grew weary of their labor and sought a solution to ease their burdens. E, with his deep knowledge and cunning, proposed the creation of humans to serve the gods and tend to their needs. Using clay from the earth and the blood of a slain god, E fashioned the first humans, imbuing them with life and purpose. This act not only gave rise to humanity, but also established the relationship between gods and mortals, where humans were destined to honor and serve their creators. The Euphrates River, a lifeline of Mesopotamia, holds a special place in this creation story. It was along its banks that the first cities flourished, and its waters were seen as a gift from the gods, nourishing the land and sustaining life. The river symbolized the connection between the divine and the earthly, a reminder of the gods' presence and their role in maintaining the balance of the world. For the Mesopotamians, the Euphrates was not just a physical entity, but a sacred thread woven into the fabric of their creation myth. This myth reflects the Mesopotamian worldview, where the gods were both creators and rulers, and humans were bound to their service. It highlights the themes of order, labor, and the interdependence of the divine and mortal realms. As we continue our journey, we will explore the Hopi creation myth, where the Spider-Woman shapes the world and humanity emerges from the underworld. Stay with us as we uncover more stories of creation from across the globe. Now, let us journey to the arid landscapes of the American Southwest, where the Hopi people have preserved one of the most profound creation stories in Native American mythology. This tale begins not in the world we know, but deep within the earth, in a place called the underworld. According to the Hopi, the first humans emerged from this dark, subterranean realm, guided by the wisdom of the Spider Woman, a powerful and benevolent figure who played a central role in shaping the world above. The story tells of a time when the earth was still young and unformed, a place of chaos and uncertainty. The Spider Woman, known as Kokyanguti, was tasked with bringing order to this primordial world. With her deep understanding of the natural forces, she wove the fabric of existence, creating the mountains, rivers, and valleys that would become the home of the Hopi people. Her work was not just physical but spiritual, as she infused the world with the principles of balance and harmony, values that remain central to Hopi culture to this day. The Hopi believed that their ancestors first lived in the underworld, a place of darkness but also of preparation. It was here that they learned the lessons of humility, cooperation, and respect for the natural world. When the time came, the Spider Woman guided them to the surface, leading them through a series of trials and challenges that tested their readiness to live in the world above. These trials were not just physical but also moral, ensuring that the Hopi would carry the wisdom of the underworld into their new lives. As the Hopi emerged into the sunlight, they found a world shaped by the Spider Woman's hands, a land of stark beauty and profound meaning. She taught them how to cultivate the earth, how to build their homes, and how to live in harmony with the cycles of nature. The Spider Woman also gave them the sacred rituals and ceremonies that would help them maintain balance in their lives and in the world around them. For the Hopi, these practices are not just traditions but a way of connecting with the spiritual forces that sustain all life. The Hopi creation myth emphasizes the importance of balance and harmony, both within the individual and within the community. It teaches that every action has consequences and that living in alignment with the natural world is essential for the well-being of all. This belief is reflected in the Hopi way of life, which values simplicity, sustainability, and a deep respect for the earth and its resources. As we continue our exploration of creation myths, we will next delve into the story of the Aztec fifth sun, a tale of destruction and renewal that reveals the cyclical nature of existence. Stay with us as we uncover more stories of how ancient cultures understood the origins of the world and humanity. Now, let us ascend to the high plateaus of Tibet, where the winds whisper ancient tales of creation and the cosmos. Here, the Tibetan creation myth unfolds with a story as vast and mysterious as the mountains themselves. At the heart of this myth is the figure of a cosmic giant, whose body became the foundation of the world as we know it. According to Tibetan tradition, in the beginning, there was only chaos, a swirling void of darkness and potential. From this primordial state emerged a giant, a being of immense power and scale. When this giant died, his body transformed into the elements of the world. His flesh became the earth, his bones the mountains, his blood the rivers, and his breath the winds. This act of cosmic sacrifice laid the groundwork for the physical world, a world shaped by the very essence of the giant's being, but the story does not end there. From the giant's remains, the first humans were born, not from clay or dust, but from eggs. These eggs, nurtured by the elements, hatched to reveal the earliest ancestors of humanity. This unique origin story highlights the interconnectedness of all life, suggesting that humans are not separate from the natural world but deeply rooted in its very fabric. Central to this myth are the Bon deities, the spiritual forces that predate Buddhism in Tibet. The Bon tradition, one of the oldest spiritual systems in the region, speaks of a pantheon of gods and spirits who oversee the natural world and guide the cycles of creation and destruction. These deities are not distant or detached but deeply involved in the workings of the universe, ensuring balance and harmony. The Bon deities are often associated with the elements earth, water, fire, and air, and are revered as guardians of the natural order. The Tibetan creation myth, with its imagery of the cosmic giant and the birth of humans from eggs, reflects a profound respect for the interconnectedness of all things. It teaches that the world is not a random collection of elements but a living, breathing entity shaped by sacrifice and sustained by spiritual forces. This belief in the sacredness of the natural world continues to influence Tibetan culture, from its rituals to its art and daily life. As we move forward, our journey takes us to the icy landscapes of the Arctic, where the Inuit people tell a creation story that revolves around the clever and resourceful Raven, a figure who brought light and life to a world shrouded in darkness. Stay with us as we uncover more stories of how ancient cultures envisioned the origins of the world and humanity. Now, let us journey to the frozen expanse of the Arctic, where the Inuit people tell a creation story as stark and beautiful as the icy landscapes they call home. At the center of this tale is Raven, a clever and resourceful figure who brought light and life to a world cloaked in darkness. In the beginning, the Inuit myth tells us the world was a cold, desolate place shrouded in perpetual night. There was no sun, no moon, and no stars, only an endless void of darkness. But within this darkness lived Raven, a trickster and a creator who saw the potential for something more. Determined to bring light to the world, Raven embarked on a daring journey. Using his cunning and wit, Raven sought out the source of light, which was guarded by a powerful being. Through a series of clever tricks, Raven managed to steal the light, releasing it into the sky. With this act, the sun, moon, and stars were born, illuminating the world for the first time. Raven's gift of light transformed the barren landscape, allowing life to flourish. Plants grew, animals thrived, and the world became a place of beauty and abundance. But Raven's role in creation did not end there. In Inuit mythology, animals hold a sacred place, seen as vital to the balance of life. Raven, often depicted as a shapeshifter, is deeply connected to the animal world. He is both a creator and a teacher, showing humans how to live in harmony with nature. Through his actions, Raven taught the Inuit people to respect and honor the animals that sustain them, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all living things. The importance of animals in Inuit mythology cannot be overstated. Animals are not just sources of food and materials, but are seen as spiritual beings with their own wisdom and power. The Inuit believe that every creature has a role to play in the delicate balance of the natural world. This belief is reflected in their rituals, stories, and daily lives, where animals are revered as partners in survival and symbols of resilience. Raven's story is a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the Inuit people, who have thrived in one of the harshest environments on Earth. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, light and life can emerge through creativity and determination. As we continue our exploration of creation myths, we'll travel next to the lush islands of Hawaii, where the god Kane shaped the world and breathed life into humanity. Stay with us as we uncover more stories of how ancient cultures envisioned the origins of existence. Now, let us leave the icy realms of the Arctic and set our sights on the warm, tropical islands of Hawaii, where the creation story unfolds under the watchful eyes of the gods. Here, the god Kane, one of the most revered deities in Hawaiian mythology, takes center stage as the creator of the world and the bringer of life. In the beginning, according to Hawaiian tradition, there was only darkness and chaos. From this void emerged Kane, the god of creation and life. With his divine power, Kane separated the heavens from the earth, bringing order to the cosmos. He filled the world with light, creating the sun, moon, and stars to illuminate the sky. Next, Kane shaped the islands of Hawaii, forming them from the depths of the ocean. He filled the land with lush forests, flowing rivers, and fertile soil, crafting a paradise teeming with life. But Kane's work was not yet complete. Turning his attention to humanity, he molded the first humans from the rich, red clay of the earth. Breathing life into these clay figures, Kane gave them the gift of consciousness, making them stewards of the land he had created. This act of creation established a sacred bond between humans and the natural world, a bond that remains central to Hawaiian culture and spirituality. While Kane is celebrated as the creator, Hawaiian mythology also honors Pele, the fiery and powerful goddess of volcanoes. Pele's role in creation is both destructive and regenerative. She is said to reside in the active volcanoes of Hawaii, where her fiery temper shapes the landscape. When Pele erupts, she destroys what exists, but from her ashes, new land is born. This cycle of destruction and renewal is a reminder of the ever-changing nature of life and the importance of balance in the natural world. Pele is not only a force of nature, but also a symbol of transformation and resilience. Her stories often highlight her fierce independence and her deep connection to the land. For the Hawaiian people, Pele embodies the raw power of creation and the necessity of respecting the forces that shape their world. Her presence is felt in every eruption, every flow of lava, and every new island that rises from the sea. Together, Kane and Pele represent the dual aspects of creation in Hawaiian mythology: order and chaos, life and destruction, stability and change. Their stories remind us that creation is not a single act but an ongoing process, shaped by both the gentle hand of the creator and the fiery touch of the volcano goddess. As we continue our journey through the myths of creation, we'll next explore the ancient tales of the Canaanites, where the god El shaped the world and the storm god Baal rose to power. Stay with us as we uncover more fascinating stories of how the world came to be. Now, let us journey from the volcanic islands of Hawaii to the ancient lands of the Canaanites, where the creation story is shaped by the divine interplay of gods and the forces of nature. At the heart of this myth is El, the supreme god and father of all deities. Known as the creator and the wise ruler of the divine council, El is often depicted as a benevolent and distant figure, overseeing the cosmos with a calm and steady hand. In the beginning, according to Canaanite tradition, the world was a formless void, much like in many other creation myths. From this chaos, El emerged as the supreme being, bringing order to the universe. He created the heavens and the earth, separating the skies from the waters, and established the foundations of the world. El's role as the creator is one of wisdom and authority, setting the stage for the other gods to carry out their duties in maintaining the balance of the cosmos. Among the gods born from El's divine lineage is Baal, the storm god, who would rise to become one of the most powerful and revered deities in Canaanite mythology. Baal's story is one of triumph and struggle as he battles to claim his place among the gods. His most famous conflict is with Yam, the god of the sea, who represents the chaotic and untamed forces of the ocean. In a dramatic showdown, Baal defeats Yam, asserting his dominance over the waters and securing his role as the bringer of rain and fertility to the land. This victory not only establishes Baal as a central figure in the pantheon, but also symbolizes the triumph of order over chaos, a recurring theme in creation myths. Yam, though defeated, remains a significant figure in Canaanite mythology. As the god of the sea, he embodies the unpredictable and often destructive power of the ocean. His presence serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between creation and destruction, order and chaos. The Canaanites revered Yam for his strength and feared his wrath, understanding that the sea could both nourish and devastate the land. Together, El, Baal, and Yam represent the complex dynamics of creation in Canaanite mythology. El's wisdom and authority provide the foundation for the world. Baal's strength and vitality ensure its fertility and growth, and Yam's power reminds us of the ever-present forces of nature that must be respected and appeased. These stories reflect the Canaanites' deep connection to their environment and their understanding of the divine forces that shape their world. As we move forward, our next stop takes us to the ancient lands of Armenia, where the god Aramazed shapes the world and the dragon slayer Vahan emerges as a hero. Stay with us as we continue to uncover the rich tapestry of creation myths from around the world. Now, let us turn our attention to the ancient lands of Armenia, where the creation story unfolds under the guidance of Aramazed, the supreme god and creator of all. In Armenian mythology, Aramazed is revered as the father of the gods, a figure of immense wisdom and power who shaped the world and breathed life into it. According to tradition, the universe began as a vast, empty expanse, a canvas waiting for the divine touch of Aramazed. With his boundless creativity, he separated the heavens from the earth, bringing order to the cosmos and laying the foundation for all existence. Aramazed's role as the creator is deeply tied to his connection with nature and the cycles of life. He is often associated with fertility, abundance, and the changing seasons, symbolizing the eternal renewal of the world. In one of the most enduring tales, Aramazed fashioned the first humans from clay, molding them with care and imbuing them with the spark of life. This act of creation reflects the Armenian belief in the sacred bond between humanity and the earth, a bond that continues to shape their cultural identity to this day. But the story of Armenian creation does not end with Aramazed. Enter Vahan, the dragon slayer and one of the most celebrated heroes in Armenian mythology. Born from fire and light, Vahan is a figure of immense strength and courage, often depicted as a warrior god who protects the world from chaos and destruction. His most famous feat is the slaying of the dragon, a powerful and malevolent creature that threatened the balance of the cosmos. In a dramatic battle, Vahan defeated the dragon, freeing the heavens and the earth from its tyranny and ensuring the continued harmony of creation. Vahan's victory over the dragon is more than just a tale of heroism. It is a symbol of the eternal struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. His story resonates deeply with the Armenian people, embodying their resilience and determination in the face of adversity. Vahan's role as a protector and a bringer of light further cements his place in the pantheon of Armenian deities alongside Aramazed, the wise creator. Together, Aramazed and Vahan represent the dual forces of creation and protection in Armenian mythology. Aramazed's wisdom and creativity bring the world into being, while Vahan's strength and bravery safeguard it from harm. These stories not only reflect the Armenian people's reverence for their gods, but also their deep connection to the land and the natural world. As we continue our journey, we will travel to the Basque region, where the goddess Mary shapes the world and humans are born from clay. Stay with us as we uncover more fascinating tales of creation from ancient mythologies. Now, let us journey to the Basque region, where the creation story is woven around the goddess Mary, a powerful and enigmatic figure who shapes the world with her divine touch. In Basque mythology, Mary is revered as the mother of all, a goddess of the earth, weather, and fertility. She is often depicted as a guardian of nature, residing in the mountains and caves, where her presence is felt in the winds, rivers, and storms. According to legend, the world began as a vast, formless void, and it was Mary who brought order and life to this primordial chaos. Mary's creative power is most vividly illustrated in the tale of how she shaped the first humans. Using clay from the earth, she carefully molded the forms of men and women, breathing life into them with her divine essence. This act of creation reflects the Basque belief in the sacred connection between humanity and the natural world. The clay symbolizes the earth's fertility, while Mary's breath represents the life force that animates all living beings. This story underscores the idea that humans are not separate from nature but deeply intertwined with it, a theme that resonates throughout Basque culture. But Mary's role extends beyond creation. She is also a protector and a guide, ensuring the balance and harmony of the world. Her connection to nature spirits, known as Lamiak, is particularly significant. These spirits are often depicted as beautiful, ethereal beings who inhabit rivers, forests, and mountains, serving as intermediaries between the human and divine realms. The Lamiak are said to assist Mary in maintaining the natural order, ensuring that the cycles of life, death, and rebirth continue uninterrupted. The importance of nature spirits in Basque mythology highlights the deep respect and reverence the Basque people have for the environment. They see the natural world as a living, breathing entity filled with spirits and energies that must be honored and protected. This worldview is reflected in their traditions, rituals, and daily lives, where the land is treated not as a resource to be exploited but as a sacred gift from the gods. As we reflect on the Basque creation myth, we are reminded of the enduring power of nature and the profound connection between humanity and the earth. Mari's story is not just a tale of creation but a call to live in harmony with the world around us, respecting its rhythms and honoring its spirits. Next, we will venture into the vast landscapes of Siberia, where the god Uljan shapes the world and humans are born from clay. Stay with us as we uncover more captivating stories of creation from ancient mythologies. Now we turn our gaze to the vast, icy expanse of Siberia, where the creation myth centers around the god Uljan, a divine figure of immense power and wisdom. In Siberian mythology, Uljan is revered as the creator of the world, a being who brought order to the primordial chaos and shaped the earth, sky, and all living things. His story is one of profound creativity and spiritual connection, deeply intertwined with the traditions of Siberian shamanism. According to the myth, the world began as an endless, dark void, a place of formless potential. Uljan, dwelling in the heavens, looked upon this emptiness and decided to bring forth life. He descended from the celestial realm and began the work of creation, separating the earth from the sky and filling the world with mountains, rivers, and forests. Each element of the natural world was imbued with a sacred essence, reflecting Uljan's divine touch. One of the most fascinating aspects of this myth is the creation of humanity. Uljan shaped the first humans from clay, carefully molding their forms and breathing life into them. This act mirrors the Basque story of Mari, yet it carries its own unique significance. In Siberian tradition, the clay represents the earth's raw potential, while Uljan's breath symbolizes the divine spark that animates all living beings. This connection between humans and the earth is a recurring theme in Siberian culture, emphasizing the idea that humanity is deeply rooted in the natural world. But Uljan's role doesn't end with creation. He is also a guide and protector, ensuring the balance and harmony of the world. This is where the shamans come into play. In Siberian mythology, shamans are seen as intermediaries between the human and divine realms, chosen by Uljan to maintain the spiritual order of the world. They are believed to possess the ability to communicate with Uljan and other spirits, using rituals, chants, and trance-like states to seek guidance, healing, and wisdom. The role of the shaman is central to Siberian culture, reflecting a deep respect for the spiritual forces that govern the world. Shamans are not just healers or spiritual leaders, they are guardians of the natural and cosmic balance, ensuring that the cycles of life, death, and rebirth continue as Uljan intended. Their practices highlight the interconnectedness of all things, a belief that resonates throughout Siberian mythology. As we explore the Siberian creation myth, we are reminded of the enduring power of storytelling to connect us with the divine and the natural world. Uljan's tale is not just a story of creation but a reflection of the spiritual wisdom that has guided Siberian people for generations. It invites us to consider our own place in the cosmos and the sacred bonds that tie us to the earth and to one another. Next, we will travel to the heart of Africa, where the Dogon people tell a captivating story of creation involving the god Ymir and the mysterious Namo. Stay with us as we continue our journey through the rich tapestry of ancient mythologies. Now, let us journey to the heart of Africa, where the Dogon people of Mali share a creation story as profound as it is mysterious. At the center of this myth is Ymir, the supreme god whose creative power brought the universe into existence. According to the Dogon, the world began as a void, a vast emptiness filled with potential. Ymir, the all-powerful and all-knowing, decided to bring order to this chaos, setting the stage for the birth of the cosmos. Ymir's first act of creation was to form a cosmic egg, a symbol of life and unity. From this egg, the universe emerged with its stars, planets, and the Earth itself. But Ymir's work did not stop there. He then turned his attention to the creation of life, shaping the first humans from clay. This act mirrors other creation myths we've explored, yet the Dogon story adds its own unique twist. The clay used by Ymir was not just any ordinary material. It was infused with divine energy, a reflection of Ymir's own essence. When he breathed life into these clay figures, they became the ancestors of humanity, bound to the earth and to the divine. But the story doesn't end with the creation of humans. Enter the Nommo, the water spirits, who play a crucial role in the Dogon creation myth. The Nommo are described as amphibious beings, half human and half fish, who were created by Ymir to serve as intermediaries between the divine and the earthly realms. They are often depicted as wise and benevolent, guiding humanity and ensuring the balance of the natural world. According to the Dogon, the Nommo were the first living beings to inhabit the earth, and their presence is seen as a blessing, bringing fertility, wisdom, and harmony. The Nommo are also deeply connected to water, which holds a sacred place in Dogon cosmology. Water is seen as the source of all life, a symbol of purity and renewal. The Nommo's association with water underscores their role as life-givers and protectors, ensuring that the earth remains fertile and that humanity thrives. This connection between the Nommo and water is so strong that they are often invoked in rituals and ceremonies, particularly those related to agriculture and the cycles of nature. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Dogon creation myth is its intricate cosmology, which includes detailed knowledge of celestial bodies such as the star Sirius. The Dogon believe that the Nommo came from the Sirius star system, bringing with them the knowledge and wisdom needed to sustain life on Earth. This belief has sparked much interest and debate, as it suggests a deep understanding of astronomy that predates modern science. Whether symbolic or literal, this connection between the Nommo and the stars highlights the Dogon's profound reverence for the cosmos and their place within it. As we reflect on the Dogon creation myth, we are reminded of the enduring power of storytelling to connect us with the divine and the natural world. Ymir's tale is not just a story of creation, but a reflection of the spiritual wisdom that has guided the Dogon people for generations. It invites us to consider our own place in the universe and the sacred bonds that tie us to the earth, to the stars, and to one another. Next, we will explore the creation story of the Cherokee people, where the Great Spirit and the animals play a central role in shaping the world. Stay with us as we continue our journey through the rich tapestry of ancient mythologies. Now, let us turn our attention to the Cherokee people, whose creation story is as rich and vibrant as the land they call home. At the heart of this tale is the Great Spirit, a powerful and benevolent force who shaped the world and all that dwells within it. According to Cherokee tradition, the world began as a vast expanse of water with no land in sight. The Great Spirit, seeing the potential for life, decided to bring forth the earth from the depths of this primordial sea. To accomplish this, the Great Spirit called upon the animals for help. Among them was the water beetle, a small but determined creature. The water beetle dove deep into the waters, searching for a place to create land. After a long and arduous journey, it returned with a small piece of mud, which it placed on the surface of the water. This mud began to grow, expanding until it formed the earth as we know it today. The Great Spirit then anchored the land to the sky with 4 sacred cords, ensuring its stability and balance. With the earth now formed, the Great Spirit turned to the creation of humans. Like many other creation myths, the Cherokee story tells of humans being shaped from clay. The Great Spirit molded the first man and woman, breathing life into them and giving them the gift of thought and speech. These first humans were placed on the newly formed earth, where they were tasked with caring for the land and all its creatures. The Great Spirit also gave them the sacred fire, a symbol of warmth, light, and the divine connection between humanity and the spiritual realm. The animals played a crucial role not only in the creation of the earth but also in shaping the world for humans. Each animal brought its own unique gifts and wisdom, contributing to the harmony of the natural world. The birds, for example, taught humans the beauty of song and the importance of communication. The bear shared its strength and resilience, while the deer offered grace and agility. Even the smallest creatures, like the spider, imparted lessons of patience and creativity, weaving intricate webs that mirrored the interconnectedness of all life. One of the most significant animals in Cherokee mythology is the turtle, often seen as a symbol of endurance and stability. The turtle's shell represents the earth itself, a reminder of the sacred bond between humans and the natural world. The Cherokee believe that the earth is carried on the back of a giant turtle, a powerful image that underscores the importance of balance and respect for the environment. As we reflect on the Cherokee creation myth, we are reminded of the profound connection between humans, animals, and the earth. The Great Spirit story is not just one of creation but also of responsibility, teaching us to honor and protect the world we inhabit. It invites us to see ourselves as part of a larger web of life, where every creature, no matter how small, has a role to play in the grand tapestry of existence. Next, we will delve into the Sumerian creation myth, where the gods An, Enlil, and Enki shaped the world and created humans to serve them. Join us as we continue our exploration of the fascinating stories that explain the origins of our world. Now, let us journey deeper into the frostbitten realms of Norse mythology, where the tale of Ymir, the primordial giant, unfolds with layers of meaning and cosmic significance. In the Norse creation story, Ymir's body becomes the very foundation of the world, a vivid symbol of transformation and interconnectedness. Born from the mingling of fire and ice in the void of Ginnungagap, Ymir was the first being, a colossal giant whose existence set the stage for the creation of all things. When Odin and his brothers Vili and Ve rose to power, they saw Ymir as both a threat and a source of potential. In a decisive act, they slew the giant, using his body to craft the world as we know it. Ymir's flesh became the earth, his blood the seas, and his bones the mountains. His skull was lifted to form the sky, held aloft by 4 dwarves named Nordri, Sudri, Austri, and Vestri, who represent the cardinal directions. Even his hair was transformed, becoming the forests that blanket the land. This act of creation is not just a story of destruction, but a profound metaphor for renewal and the cyclical nature of existence. At the heart of this myth lies Yggdrasil, the world tree, a towering ash that connects the 9 realms of Norse cosmology. Yggdrasil is more than just a tree. It is the axis of the universe, a living symbol of the interconnectedness of all things. Its roots stretch into the underworld, its trunk rises through the realm of humans, and its branches reach into the heavens. Each of the 9 worlds, from Asgard, home of the gods, to Midgard, the realm of humanity, is linked by this sacred tree. Even the Well of Erd, where the Norns weave the fates of all beings, lies beneath its roots, emphasizing the tree's role as a bridge between past, present, and future. The symbolism of Ymir's body and Yggdrasil's branches invites us to reflect on the unity of creation. Just as Ymir's body gave form to the world, Yggdrasil reminds us that all realms, all beings, are part of a greater whole. The Norse myth teaches us that creation is not a singular event but an ongoing process, a tapestry woven from the threads of life, death, and rebirth. As we explore this expanded view of the Norse creation story, we are reminded of the power of myth to reveal deeper truths about our world and our place within it. The story of Ymir and Yggdrasil is not just a tale of gods and giants, but a reflection of the eternal cycles that shape our existence. Next, we will turn our attention to the Greek Titans, whose rise and fall set the stage for the reign of the Olympian gods. Join us as we continue to uncover the rich tapestry of creation myths from around the world. Now let us shift our gaze to the sun-drenched skies of ancient Greece, where the Titans, those primordial beings of immense power, shaped the earliest chapters of creation. In Greek mythology, the Titans were the children of Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky, embodying the raw forces of nature. Among them, Cronus and Re stand out as central figures, their actions setting the stage for the rise of the Olympian gods and the world as we know it. Cronus, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans, rose to power in a dramatic act of rebellion. With the encouragement of Gaia, he overthrew his father Uranus, casting him down and claiming dominion over the cosmos. This act of patricide marked the beginning of Cronus's reign, but it also sowed the seeds of his eventual downfall. Fearing a prophecy that foretold his own overthrow by one of his children, Cronus took a drastic measure. He swallowed each of his offspring at birth, imprisoning them within his own body. Re, Cronus's sister and wife, played a pivotal role in this unfolding drama. Heartbroken by the loss of her children, she devised a plan to save her youngest son, Zeus. When Zeus was born, Re presented Cronus with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, tricking him into swallowing it instead of the infant. She then secretly sent Zeus to be raised in safety on the island of Crete, where he grew strong and prepared to challenge his father. The eventual clash between Cronus and Zeus was inevitable. When Zeus came of age, he returned to confront his father, forcing him to regurgitate his siblings Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. Together, these siblings waged a great war against the Titans, known as the Titanomachy. This epic struggle lasted for 10 years, with the Olympians ultimately emerging victorious. The defeated Titans were cast into Tartarus, a deep abyss of torment, while Zeus and his siblings established their rule over the cosmos. The story of Cronus and Re is more than a tale of power and rebellion. It is a reflection of the cyclical nature of time and the inevitability of change. Cronus, whose name is often associated with time, represents the old order, while Zeus symbolizes the new. This transition from the Titans to the Olympians mirrors the broader themes of creation, destruction, and renewal that are central to Greek mythology. As we delve deeper into the legacy of the Titans, we see how their actions laid the groundwork for the world of the Olympian gods. Their story reminds us that creation is not a single event but a continuous process, shaped by the interplay of forces both ancient and new. Next, we will explore the Hindu Trimurti, the divine trio of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, whose roles in creation, preservation, and destruction offer another fascinating perspective on the origins of the universe. Join us as we continue our journey through the myths that have shaped human understanding of the world. Now, let us journey to the vibrant and intricate world of Hindu mythology, where the divine trio known as the Trimurti Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva embody the cosmic cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction. These three deities are not just individual gods but interconnected forces that maintain the balance of the universe, each playing a distinct yet harmonious role in the grand tapestry of existence. Brahma, the creator, is often depicted with 4 heads, each facing a cardinal direction, symbolizing his all-encompassing vision. He is the source of all life, the one who brings the universe into being. According to Hindu cosmology, Brahma emerges from a lotus that grows from the navel of Vishnu, signifying the interdependence of creation and preservation. Brahma's role is to set the stage for existence, crafting the physical and spiritual realms and populating them with beings. Yet, despite his pivotal role, Brahma is rarely worshipped in modern Hinduism, as his work is seen as complete once creation is set in motion. Vishnu, the preserver, is the sustainer of life and the guardian of cosmic order, known as Dharma. Often depicted reclining on the serpent Ananta, which floats on the cosmic ocean, Vishnu represents stability and continuity. He incarnates in various forms or avatars such as Rama and Krishna to restore balance whenever the universe is threatened by chaos or evil. Vishnu's role is to ensure that the world continues to function harmoniously, bridging the gap between creation and destruction. His presence is a reminder that preservation is an ongoing process requiring vigilance and compassion. Shiva, the destroyer, is perhaps the most enigmatic of the Trimurti. Often portrayed with a third eye, a crescent moon, and a serpent around his neck, Shiva embodies the transformative power of destruction. Yet his role is not one of mere annihilation. It is about clearing the way for renewal. Shiva's dance, known as the Tandava, symbolizes the rhythmic cycles of creation and destruction, reminding us that endings are necessary for new beginnings. Through his actions, Shiva ensures that the universe remains dynamic and ever-evolving, free from stagnation. Together, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva form a divine trinity that reflects the cyclical nature of existence. Creation cannot exist without preservation, and preservation cannot endure without the possibility of destruction and renewal. This interplay of forces is central to Hindu cosmology, illustrating the idea that the universe is not static but a living, breathing entity in constant flux. As we reflect on the roles of the Trimurti, we see how their interconnectedness mirrors the complexities of life itself. Creation, preservation, and destruction are not isolated events but parts of a continuous cycle, each dependent on the other. Next, we will explore the philosophical concepts of Yin and Yang in the Chinese Pangu myth, delving into how these dual forces shape the world and our understanding of balance. Join us as we continue to unravel the mysteries of creation across cultures. Now, let us turn our gaze to the ancient Chinese creation myth of Pangu, where the profound concepts of Yin and Yang take center stage. These two forces, often depicted as complementary opposites, are not just abstract ideas but the very foundation of Chinese cosmology and culture. They represent the duality inherent in all things light and dark, male and female, active and passive, and their interplay is what brings harmony and balance to the universe. In the beginning, there was chaos, a formless void where Yin and Yang were intertwined in perfect unity. From this primordial state emerged Pangu, the giant who would separate the heavens and the earth. As Pangu grew, he pushed the lighter Yang energy upward to form the sky and the heavier Yin energy downward to create the earth. This act of separation marked the birth of duality, yet it also established a dynamic relationship between the two forces. Yin and Yang are not static, they are in constant motion, each containing a seed of the other, ensuring that balance is always maintained. The Yin-Yang symbol, known as the Taijatu, beautifully captures this philosophy. The swirling black and white halves, each with a dot of the opposite color, illustrate how Yin and Yang are interdependent. One cannot exist without the other, and their interaction generates the energy that fuels the universe. This concept extends far beyond mythology, influencing Chinese medicine, philosophy, art, and even governance. For instance, in traditional Chinese medicine, health is seen as a state of balance between Yin and Yang within the body, while disharmony leads to illness. The Pangu myth also reflects the cyclical nature of existence, much like the Hindu Trimurti we explored earlier. Just as creation and destruction are part of a continuous cycle, so too are Yin and Yang. They flow into one another, creating a rhythm that mirrors the natural world, day turning into night, seasons changing, and life giving way to death and rebirth. This cyclical view of the universe emphasizes the importance of adaptability and resilience, teaching us to embrace change rather than resist it. As we delve deeper into the Pangu myth, we see how Yin and Yang are not just forces of nature but also guiding principles for human life. They remind us that harmony is achieved not by eliminating differences but by embracing them, finding balance in the interplay of opposites. This philosophy has shaped Chinese culture for millennia, offering a lens through which to understand the complexities of existence. With this understanding of Yin and Yang, we can better appreciate the richness of Chinese cosmology and its enduring influence on the world. Next, we will journey into the adventures of the Mayan hero twins, Hunahpu and Xbalanque, and discover how their bravery and ingenuity shaped the world and humanity. Stay with us as we continue to explore the fascinating stories of creation from across the globe. Now, let us step into the vibrant world of the Mayan hero twins, Hunahpu and Xbalanque, whose daring exploits not only shaped the world but also laid the foundation for humanity itself. These twins, born of divine lineage, are central figures in the Mayan creation story, as told in the sacred text known as the Popul Vuh. Their journey is one of courage, cunning, and resilience, filled with trials that test their strength and wisdom. The story begins with their father, Hunahpu, a skilled ball player who, along with his brother, was tricked and killed by the lords of the underworld, Xibalba. The twins, determined to avenge their father, embark on a perilous journey into the depths of Xibalba. Their mission is not just one of revenge, but also of restoring balance to the world, which had been thrown into chaos by the actions of the underworld lords. In Xibalba, the twins face a series of deadly challenges designed to deceive and destroy them. They must navigate dark, treacherous paths, outwit cunning adversaries, and endure grueling tests of endurance. Yet, through their ingenuity and teamwork, they overcome each obstacle. One of their most famous feats involves tricking the lords of Xibalba into sacrificing themselves, a clever reversal of fortune that turns the tables on their enemies. The hero twins' adventures are more than just thrilling tales. They carry profound symbolic meaning. Their journey represents the eternal struggle between life and death, light and darkness, and the triumph of order over chaos. By defeating the lords of Xibalba, Hunahpu and Xbalanque restore harmony to the world, paving the way for the creation of humanity. Their story also highlights the importance of perseverance, intelligence, and unity in the face of adversity. After their victory, the twins ascend to the heavens, where they become the sun and the moon, illuminating the world and guiding humanity. Their transformation into celestial bodies underscores their role as protectors and sustainers of life, ensuring that the balance they fought so hard to achieve endures for generations. The legacy of Hunahpu and Xbalanque extends beyond mythology, influencing Mayan culture, art, and rituals. Their story is a testament to the power of resilience and the belief that even in the face of overwhelming odds, courage and cleverness can prevail. As we reflect on their journey, we are reminded of the enduring human spirit and the timeless lessons embedded in these ancient tales. With the hero twins' story fresh in our minds, we now turn to the Aztec myth of the fifth sun, where the cycle of creation and destruction takes center stage once again. Join us as we explore how the Aztecs envisioned the world's renewal and the role of humanity in this cosmic drama. Now, let us journey into the heart of Aztec mythology, where the concept of time and creation takes on a cyclical and dramatic form. At the center of this belief system lies the story of the fifth sun, a powerful symbol of the current era in which we live. According to Aztec cosmology, the world has undergone 4 previous cycles of creation and destruction, each governed by a different sun. These eras were marked by cataclysmic events, from floods to fires, that brought an end to one age and paved the way for the next. The fifth sun, known as Nahui Olan or four movement, represents the current epoch. It is said to have been created at the ancient city of Teotihuacan, where the gods gathered to decide who would sacrifice themselves to bring forth a new sun. 2 gods stepped forward: Texas-Tecatl, a proud and hesitant deity, and Nanahuatzin, a humble and selfless figure. When the time came, Nanahuatzin leaped into the sacred fire without hesitation, transforming into the radiant sun. Texas-Tecatl, after much deliberation, followed suit, becoming the moon. Together, they illuminated the world, but the sun and moon remained motionless in the sky. To set them in motion, the other gods offered their own lives, their sacrifices giving the fifth sun the energy it needed to move across the heavens. This era is defined by the constant tension between creation and destruction, a theme deeply embedded in Aztec thought. The fifth sun is destined to end in a catastrophic earthquake, a reminder of the fragile balance that sustains the world. To delay this inevitable destruction, the Aztecs believed it was essential to maintain harmony through rituals, offerings, and human sacrifices. These acts were seen as a way to nourish the sun and ensure its continued movement across the sky, preserving life for as long as possible. The story of the fifth sun is not just a myth but a reflection of the Aztec worldview, where life is seen as a delicate interplay of forces. It underscores the importance of sacrifice, both divine and human, in sustaining the cosmos. For the Aztecs, every sunrise was a victory over chaos, a testament to the gods' enduring power and humanity's role in maintaining the balance of the universe. As we reflect on the fifth sun, we are reminded of the profound connection between myth and reality, where ancient stories continue to offer insights into the human experience. With this understanding, we now turn to the rich traditions of the Aboriginal Dreamtime, where the land itself holds the stories of creation and the ancestors who shaped it. Now, let us step into the vast and ancient landscape of Aboriginal Australia, where the concept of songlines weaves together the physical and spiritual worlds in a tapestry of creation and connection. Songlines, also known as dreaming tracks, are intricate pathways that crisscross the land, carrying the stories of the ancestors and the creation of the world. These pathways are not just physical routes but also spiritual maps, guiding the Aboriginal people through their relationship with the land, their ancestors, and each other. At the heart of songlines is the belief that the land itself is alive, imbued with the spirits of the ancestors who shaped it during the Dreamtime. The Dreamtime, or Tijukurpa, is the timeless era when the world was formed by ancestral beings who traveled across the land, creating rivers, mountains, and sacred sites through their actions. These journeys are recorded in the songlines, which are passed down through generations in the form of songs, dances, and stories. Each songline is a living memory, a way of preserving and sharing the knowledge of the land and its creation. For the Aboriginal people, songlines are more than just stories. They are a way of navigating the world. By singing the songs and following the paths laid out by the ancestors, individuals can traverse vast distances, finding water, food, and shelter along the way. The songs act as a guide, encoding detailed information about the landscape, its resources, and its sacred sites. This knowledge is not just practical but deeply spiritual, connecting the singer to the ancestors and the land in a profound and meaningful way. The interconnectedness of songlines reflects the Aboriginal worldview, where everything is linked: land, people, and the spiritual realm. Each songline is part of a larger network connecting different clans and communities across the continent. This network fosters a sense of unity and shared identity, reminding the people of their collective responsibility to care for the land and uphold the traditions of their ancestors. The importance of songlines extends beyond navigation and storytelling. They are a vital part of Aboriginal identity, culture, and lore. Through the songlines, the Aboriginal people maintain their connection to the land, ensuring that the knowledge and wisdom of the ancestors are preserved for future generations. This living tradition is a testament to the resilience and continuity of Aboriginal culture, even in the face of immense challenges. As we explore the concept of songlines, we are reminded of the power of stories to connect us to the past, the present, and the future. These ancient pathways offer a unique perspective on creation, one that emphasizes the deep bond between humanity and the natural world. With this understanding, we now turn to the vibrant traditions of the Yoruba Orishas, where divine beings shape the world and guide human life. Now, let us journey to the vibrant world of Yoruba mythology, where the Orishas, powerful divine beings, play a central role in shaping the universe and guiding human life. These deities are not just distant figures of worship but active participants in the lives of their followers, influencing everything from creation to daily existence. Among the many Orishas, three stand out for their profound impact: Shango, Oshun, and Ogun. Shango, the god of thunder and lightning, is one of the most revered Orishas. Known for his fiery temperament and immense power, Shango embodies strength, justice, and passion. In Yoruba tradition, he is often depicted with a double-headed axe, symbolizing his ability to strike down evil and protect the righteous. Shango's connection to creation lies in his role as a force of nature, shaping the world through storms and lightning. For his followers, he represents the balance between destruction and renewal, reminding us that even the most chaotic events can lead to transformation and growth. Oshun, the goddess of rivers, love, and fertility, brings a gentler but equally vital energy to the Yoruba pantheon. Often associated with fresh water, she is seen as the source of life and abundance. Oshun's connection to creation is deeply tied to her role in nurturing the land and its people. She is celebrated for her beauty, grace, and compassion, and her influence extends to matters of love, healing, and prosperity. In Yoruba mythology, it is said that without Oshun's blessings, the world would lack the vitality and harmony needed to thrive. Her presence reminds us of the importance of balance, care, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Ogun, the god of iron, war, and labor, represents the transformative power of technology and human effort. As the patron of blacksmiths, warriors, and all who work with metal, Ogun is credited with giving humanity the tools to shape their environment and build civilizations. His connection to creation is rooted in his role as a provider of innovation and progress. Ogun's strength and determination inspire his followers to overcome obstacles and forge their own path. Yet he also serves as a reminder of the responsibility that comes with power, urging us to use our skills wisely and with respect for the natural world. Together, Shango, Oshun, and Ogun illustrate the diverse ways in which the Orishas influence both the cosmos and human life. They embody the forces of nature, the cycles of creation, and the values that guide humanity. Through their stories, the Yoruba people find meaning, guidance, and a deep connection to the divine. As we reflect on the roles of these powerful deities, we gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of Yoruba mythology and its enduring relevance. Next, we will explore the Sumerian Anunaki, the divine beings who shaped the earliest civilizations and left an indelible mark on human history. Now, let us turn our attention to the ancient Sumerians, whose myths and legends laid the foundation for some of the earliest civilizations. At the heart of their cosmology are the Anunnaki, a group of powerful deities who played a pivotal role in shaping both the world and humanity. These gods were not just distant creators but active participants in the lives of the people, influencing everything from the natural world to the rise of human society. The Anunnaki were believed to be the children of Anu, the sky god, and Kai, the earth goddess. Together, they formed a divine hierarchy that governed the cosmos. Among the most prominent Anunnaki were Enlil, the god of air and storms, and Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and creation. Enlil was seen as the ruler of the earth, responsible for maintaining order and justice, while Enki was revered as the bringer of knowledge and the protector of humanity. Their roles were deeply intertwined with the creation and sustenance of the world, as they worked together to ensure balance and harmony. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Anunnaki is their connection to the creation of humanity. According to Sumerian mythology, the gods grew weary of their labor and sought a way to ease their burden. Enki, known for his ingenuity, proposed creating humans to serve the gods and tend to the earth. Using clay from the earth and the blood of a slain god, the Anunnaki fashioned the first humans, imbuing them with the ability to work and worship. This act not only marked the beginning of human civilization, but also established a sacred bond between humanity and the divine. The influence of the Anunnaki extended far beyond creation. They were credited with teaching humans the arts of agriculture, writing, and governance, laying the groundwork for the rise of cities and empires. Enki, in particular, was celebrated for his wisdom and benevolence, often intervening to protect humanity from the wrath of other gods. His role as a mediator and innovator highlights the dual nature of the Anunnaki, both as creators and as guides who shaped the course of human history. The legacy of the Anunnaki can still be seen today in the remnants of Sumerian culture, from their intricate cuneiform script to their monumental ziggurats. These structures, built to honor the gods, stand as a testament to the enduring influence of the Anunnaki on human civilization. Their stories remind us of the profound connection between the divine and the mortal, and the ways in which ancient myths continue to shape our understanding of the world. As we reflect on the role of the Anunnaki, we gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of Sumerian mythology and its lasting impact on human culture. Next, we will delve into the Zoroastrian Amesha-Spenters, the divine beings who assist Ahura Mazda in maintaining cosmic order and balance. Now, shifting our focus to the ancient Zoroastrian tradition, we encounter the Amesha-Spenters, a group of 7 divine beings who play a crucial role in the creation and maintenance of the universe. These immortal entities, often referred to as the Holy Immortals, serve as extensions of Ahura Mazda, the supreme god of Zoroastrianism, and embody the principles of cosmic order, wisdom, and harmony. Each Amesha-Spenter represents a specific aspect of creation, reflecting the interconnectedness of the physical and spiritual worlds. The first of these divine beings is Vohu Mana, the embodiment of good thought and wisdom. Vohu Mana is often associated with the care of animals and is believed to guide humanity toward righteous thinking and ethical behavior. Next is Asha-Vahishta, the spirit of truth and cosmic order, who ensures that the universe operates according to divine law. Asha-Vahishta's role is vital in maintaining balance and justice, both in the natural world and in human society. The third Amesha-Spenter, Spenta Ameti, represents devotion and harmony with the earth. She is closely linked to agriculture and the nurturing of the land, symbolizing the sacred relationship between humanity and the natural world. Following her is Kshatra-Varya, the spirit of desirable dominion and righteous power. Kshatra-Varya governs the metals and minerals of the earth, reflecting the strength and resilience needed to uphold divine order. Horvatat, the fifth Amesha-Spenter, embodies wholeness and health. She is associated with water and the sustenance of life, reminding us of the importance of physical and spiritual well-being. Her counterpart, Amritat, represents immortality and the eternal nature of the soul. Amritat is linked to plants and growth, symbolizing the continuity of life and the promise of renewal. Finally, there is Spenta-Maniu, the holy spirit of creation and the active force of Ahura Mazda in the world. Spenta-Maniu is the driving energy behind the Amesha-Spenters, working tirelessly to counteract the forces of chaos and destruction. Together, these 7 divine beings form a harmonious system that supports the universe and guides humanity toward righteousness. The Amesha-Spenters are not just abstract concepts but active participants in the world, influencing both the natural and spiritual realms. They serve as intermediaries between Ahura Mazda and humanity, offering guidance and protection to those who seek to live in accordance with divine principles. Their roles highlight the dualistic nature of Zoroastrianism, where the struggle between good and evil is central to the cosmic order. Through their teachings and influence, the Amesha-Spenters remind us of the importance of living in harmony with the world and striving for moral excellence. Their legacy continues to inspire those who seek to understand the deeper connections between creation, spirituality, and the human experience. As we explore their stories, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate balance that sustains the universe and the divine forces that guide it. Next, we will journey to the Polynesian Islands, where the trickster god Maui plays a pivotal role in shaping the world and bringing fire to humanity. Now, let us set sail across the vast Pacific Ocean to the Polynesian Islands, where the tales of the trickster god Maui come alive. Known for his cleverness and mischievous nature, Maui is a central figure in Polynesian mythology, celebrated for his daring exploits that shaped the world and brought essential gifts to humanity. His stories are not just entertaining but also deeply symbolic, reflecting the values and beliefs of Polynesian culture. Maui's most famous adventure begins with his quest to slow down the sun. In those days, the sun raced across the sky so quickly that people had little time to work, eat, or rest. Determined to help his people, Maui crafted a strong rope from the hair of his sister and set out to capture the sun. With his brothers by his side, he waited at the edge of the horizon where the sun rose each morning. As the sun appeared, Maui lassoed it with his rope, forcing it to slow its pace. After a fierce struggle, the sun agreed to move more slowly, giving humanity longer days to thrive. This act of bravery and ingenuity is still remembered as a gift that transformed life on Earth. But Maui's contributions didn't stop there. Another of his legendary feats involved the creation of the islands themselves. According to the myth, Maui used a magical fishhook to pull up enormous fish from the ocean floor. These fish became the islands of Polynesia, scattered across the Pacific like jewels. Each island carries a piece of Maui's legacy, a reminder of his connection to the land and sea. Perhaps one of Maui's most transformative acts was bringing fire to humanity. In the beginning, fire was a secret held by the gods, inaccessible to humans. Maui, however, was determined to change this. He journeyed to the underworld where the fire goddess Mahuika guarded the flames. Using his wit and charm, Maui convinced Mahuika to share her fire, but when she grew suspicious of his intentions, he had to outsmart her to escape with the precious gift. This act not only brought warmth and light to humanity, but also symbolized the transfer of divine knowledge to the mortal world. Maui's stories are filled with humor, courage, and a touch of rebellion, making him a beloved figure in Polynesian culture. His adventures teach us about the importance of resourcefulness, perseverance, and the desire to improve the lives of others. Through his actions, Maui embodies the spirit of innovation and the enduring connection between humanity and the natural world. As we reflect on Maui's legacy, we see how his myths continue to inspire and resonate with people today. His tales remind us of the power of determination and the impact one individual can have on the world. Next, we'll explore the role of Pachamama, the earth goddess, in Inca creation myths and her significance in Andean culture. Now, let us journey to the heart of the Andes, where the Inca civilization revered Pachamama, the earth goddess, as the very essence of life and creation. Known as Mother Earth, Pachamama was not just a deity but a living, breathing force that sustained all existence. For the Inca, she was the source of fertility, the giver of crops, and the protector of the land. Her presence was felt in every mountain, river, and field, making her an integral part of daily life and spiritual practice. In Inca creation myths, Pachamama played a central role in shaping the world. She was believed to have emerged from the primordial waters, bringing forth the land and all living things. Alongside her consort, Intai, the sun god, Pachamama nurtured the earth, ensuring its abundance and harmony. Together, they symbolized the balance between the heavens and the earth, a duality that was fundamental to Inca cosmology. The Inca saw Pachamama as the ultimate provider, the one who blessed their fields with bountiful harvests and their lives with prosperity. Rituals honoring Pachamama were deeply woven into Inca culture. Offerings, known as despachos, were made to her to express gratitude and seek her blessings. These offerings often included coca leaves, maize, and other sacred items, carefully arranged and presented with prayers. The Inca believed that by maintaining a reciprocal relationship with Pachamama, they could ensure her continued favor and protection. Even today, in modern Andean communities, these traditions endure, reflecting the enduring reverence for Pachamama and her role in sustaining life. Pachamama's influence extended beyond agriculture and fertility. She was also seen as a guardian of the natural world, embodying the interconnectedness of all living things. The Inca believed that harming the earth was an offense to Pachamama, and they practiced sustainable farming techniques to honor her. This deep respect for the environment highlights the Incas' understanding of humanity's dependence on the earth and the importance of living in harmony with nature. As we explore the legacy of Pachamama, we see how her myths continue to inspire a profound connection to the earth. Her stories remind us of the sacredness of the natural world and the responsibility we hold to protect it. Next, we'll delve into the Celtic concept of the otherworld, a mystical realm that bridges creation and the afterlife in Celtic mythology. Now, let us step into the misty realms of Celtic mythology, where the otherworld stands as a mysterious and enchanting dimension, bridging creation and the afterlife. Unlike the physical world, the otherworld was seen as a place of eternal beauty, timelessness, and magic, where the boundaries between life and death blurred. For the Celts, this realm was not just a destination for the departed, but also a source of inspiration and a reflection of their deep connection to nature and the divine. In Celtic belief, the otherworld was often described as an island or a hidden land, accessible through sacred places like burial mounds, lakes, or forests. These gateways were believed to be guarded by spirits or deities, and only the worthy or the chosen could enter. The otherworld was not a place of punishment or reward, but a continuation of existence where souls could find peace and renewal. It was a realm of endless feasts, music, and joy where time flowed differently, and the hardships of mortal life were left behind. The connection between the otherworld and creation is deeply rooted in Celtic cosmology. Many myths describe how the gods and heroes of the Celts emerged from or interacted with the otherworld, shaping the physical world as we know it. For instance, the god Dagda, a central figure in Celtic mythology, was said to possess a cauldron from the otherworld that could provide endless nourishment, symbolizing the cycle of life and abundance. Similarly, the hero Cuchulainn ventured into the otherworld to gain wisdom and strength, highlighting its role as a source of power and transformation. The otherworld also played a significant role in Celtic rituals and festivals. Samhain, the festival marking the end of the harvest season, was believed to be a time when the veil between the worlds was thinnest, allowing spirits to cross over and interact with the living. This connection between the living and the dead reinforced the idea that the otherworld was not a distant, unreachable place but an integral part of the Celtic worldview, influencing their daily lives and spiritual practices. As we reflect on the Celtic otherworld, we see how it embodies the interconnectedness of life, death, and creation. Its myths remind us of the cyclical nature of existence and the belief that the physical and spiritual worlds are deeply intertwined. Next, we'll explore the role of kami or spirits in Japanese creation myths and their influence on nature and human life. Turning now to the land of the rising sun, we find ourselves immersed in the rich tapestry of Japanese mythology, where the concept of kami takes center stage. Kami, often translated as spirits or deities, are the very essence of creation and life in Japanese belief. These divine beings are not distant or detached, but are deeply woven into the fabric of the natural world, embodying everything from mountains and rivers to the forces of wind and fire. They are both creators and caretakers, shaping the world and influencing the lives of humans in profound ways. At the heart of Japanese creation myths is the story of Izanagi and Izanami, the divine couple who gave birth to the islands of Japan and countless kami. Their union and actions set the stage for the world as we know it, with each kami representing a different aspect of nature or human experience. For example, Amaterasu, the sun goddess, is one of the most revered kami, symbolizing light, warmth, and life itself. Her brother Susanoo, the storm god, embodies the untamed forces of nature, while Tsukuyomi, the moon god, represents the quiet and reflective aspects of existence. Kami are not confined to grand myths alone. They are present in everyday life. Shinto, the indigenous religion of Japan, teaches that kami reside in natural landmarks like trees, rocks, and waterfalls. This belief fosters a deep respect for nature, as every element of the environment is seen as sacred and interconnected. Rituals and festivals are held to honor these spirits, ensuring harmony between humans and the natural world. For instance, the annual harvest festival, Niainem Sai, celebrates the blessings of the kami and the bounty of the earth, reinforcing the idea that humans are stewards, not masters of the land. The influence of kami extends beyond nature into human culture and morality. Stories of kami often carry lessons about balance, respect, and humility. Take the tale of Amaterasu hiding in a cave, plunging the world into darkness. Her eventual return, coaxed by the laughter and joy of other kami, teaches the importance of unity and the power of collective effort. Similarly, the mischievous actions of Susanoo remind us that even the most chaotic forces have a role in maintaining the balance of life. As we explore the role of kami in Japanese creation myths, we see how these spirits bridge the gap between the divine and the mundane. They remind us that the sacred is not separate from the everyday but is deeply embedded in the world around us. Next, we'll delve into the Iroquois creation story and the great law of peace, uncovering how their myths shaped not only their worldview but also their social and political systems. Now, let's journey to the northeastern woodlands of North America, where the Iroquois people crafted a creation story that not only explains the origins of the world but also lays the foundation for one of the most sophisticated political systems in history. At the heart of this narrative is the Great Law of Peace, a guiding principle that shaped the Iroquois Confederacy and continues to inspire ideas of unity and governance today. The Iroquois creation story begins with Sky Woman, who falls from the celestial realm into a world covered by water. With the help of animals, particularly the great turtle, she finds a place to rest, and from her the earth is formed. This act of creation symbolizes cooperation and balance, themes that resonate deeply in Iroquois culture. The story doesn't just explain how the world came to be, it also emphasizes the interconnectedness of all living beings and the importance of working together for the greater good. This spirit of unity is mirrored in the Great Law of Peace, a constitution-like system established by the Iroquois Confederacy, also known as the Haudenosaunee. The Confederacy brought together 5 and later 6 nations: the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora, under a shared framework of governance. The Great Law of Peace was designed to resolve conflicts, promote equality, and ensure that decisions were made through consensus. It was a revolutionary system for its time, emphasizing collective decision-making and the balance of power among the nations. Central to the Great Law of Peace is the concept of the Tree of Peace, a powerful symbol rooted in the creation story. Just as the great turtle provided stability for Sky Woman, the Tree of Peace represents the stability and strength of the Confederacy. Its roots spread out to each member nation, symbolizing their shared commitment to unity and mutual support. The tree also serves as a reminder that peace is not a static state but something that must be nurtured and protected. The Iroquois creation story and the Great Law of Peace are deeply intertwined, reflecting a worldview that values harmony, respect, and collaboration. These principles influenced not only the Iroquois Confederacy but also inspired figures like Benjamin Franklin, who drew on aspects of the Great Law when drafting the United States Constitution. The Iroquois system demonstrated that governance could be both inclusive and effective, a lesson that remains relevant today. As we reflect on the Iroquois creation story and its connection to the Great Law of Peace, we see how myths can transcend time, shaping not just cultural identity but also political and social structures. Next, we'll explore the symbolism of the Faravahar in Zoroastrianism and its profound connection to creation and the human soul. Now, let's turn our attention to the ancient lands of Persia, where the Faravahar, one of the most iconic symbols of Zoroastrianism, holds profound meaning in both creation and the human soul. This winged figure, often depicted in ancient carvings and artifacts, is more than just an artistic motif. It's a representation of divine wisdom, spiritual ascent, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. At its core, the Faravahar symbolizes the journey of the soul. The central figure, a human-like form, represents the individual's essence, while the outstretched wings signify the soul's aspiration to rise toward Ahura Mazda, the supreme god of Zoroastrianism. The figure's hand points upward, a reminder to always strive for righteousness and align one's actions with divine will. Below, the figure's lower body is encased in a ring, symbolizing the eternal nature of the soul and its connection to the cycle of creation and renewal. The Faravahar also embodies the dualistic nature of Zoroastrian cosmology. The two streamers flowing from the figure represent the opposing forces of good and evil, or Spenta Manu and Angra Manu. These forces are in constant conflict, shaping the world and influencing human choices. The Faravahar serves as a visual reminder of this cosmic battle, urging individuals to choose the path of truth, order, and virtue over chaos and destruction. In the context of creation, the Faravahar reflects Zoroastrian beliefs about the origins of the universe. Ahura Mazda, the creator, brought forth the world as a battleground for this struggle between light and darkness. The Faravahar's presence in Zoroastrian art and architecture underscores the belief that humans are active participants in this cosmic drama, tasked with upholding the principles of goodness and contributing to the eventual triumph of light over darkness. The symbol's enduring legacy extends beyond its religious roots. Today, the Faravahar is embraced as a cultural emblem of Persian heritage, representing ideals of wisdom, freedom, and moral integrity. Its timeless design continues to inspire, reminding us of the profound connection between creation, the soul, and the choices we make in our lives. As we reflect on the Faravahar's rich symbolism, we see how it bridges the spiritual and the earthly, offering a powerful vision of humanity's role in the cosmos. Next, we'll delve into the Maori creation myth and explore the role of Tane Mahuta, the god of forests, in shaping the natural world and humanity. Now, let's journey to the lush forests of Aotearoa, the land of the Maori people where the story of Tane Mahuta unfolds. Tane Mahuta, the god of forests and birds, plays a central role in Maori creation myths, embodying the deep connection between nature, humanity, and the divine. His tale is one of creativity, resilience, and the sacred bond between the earth and its inhabitants. According to Maori tradition, Tane Mahuta is one of the many children of Rangi, the Sky Father, and Papa, the Earth Mother. In the beginning, Rangi and Papa were locked in a tight embrace, leaving their children trapped in darkness between them. It was Tane Mahuta who, with immense strength and determination, pushed his parents apart, creating space for light and life to flourish. This act of separation is often seen as the moment the world as we know it began to take shape. But Tane Mahuta's contributions didn't stop there. As the god of forests, he is credited with shaping the natural world, filling it with trees, plants, and birds. He is said to have adorned the earth with greenery, creating a vibrant and life-sustaining environment. In one of the most poignant myths, Tane Mahuta crafted the first human, Hini Huon, from the red clay of the earth. Breathing life into her, he established a profound connection between humanity and the natural world, emphasizing that humans are not separate from nature but deeply intertwined with it. Tane Mahuta's role extends beyond creation. He is also a guardian and protector of the forests, symbolizing the importance of preserving and respecting the natural world. For the Maori, forests are not just resources but sacred spaces filled with spiritual energy. Tane Mahuta's presence reminds us of the delicate balance between humans and the environment, urging us to live in harmony with the earth. The story of Tane Mahuta also highlights the Maori worldview, where gods and nature are inseparable. Every tree, bird, and stream is seen as a manifestation of divine energy, and Tane serves as a bridge between the spiritual and physical realms. His legacy continues to inspire reverence for nature, reminding us of our responsibility to care for the planet and honor its sacredness. As we reflect on Tane story, we're reminded of the timeless wisdom embedded in Maori mythology, a wisdom that speaks to the interconnectedness of all life. Next, we'll explore the epic poem Kalevala and its creation myths, focusing on the role of Väinämöinen and Ilmarinen in shaping the Finnish cosmos. Now, let's turn our attention to the frost-kissed lands of Finland, where the epic poem Kalevala weaves a tapestry of creation, magic, and heroism. At the heart of this ancient narrative are two central figures, Väinämöinen, the eternal sage and master of song, and Ilmarinen, the skilled blacksmith whose craftsmanship shaped the very fabric of the world. Together, their stories reveal a cosmos born not from chaos or divine battles, but from the power of creativity, ingenuity, and the human spirit. The Kalevala begins with a world that is formless and empty, a vast expanse of water and sky. Väinämöinen, often described as the first being, emerges from this primordial void. With his deep, resonant voice and mastery of song, he begins to shape the world. In one of the most iconic moments, Väinämöinen sings the world into existence, his melodies giving rise to the land, the seas, and the heavens. This act of creation through song underscores the Finnish belief in the transformative power of words and music, a theme that resonates throughout the Kalevala. But Väinämöinen's journey doesn't end there. He is a figure of wisdom and perseverance, often facing challenges that test his resolve. One of his most famous feats involves the creation of the Sampo, a magical artifact that brings prosperity and abundance. To craft the Sampo, Väinämöinen enlists the help of Ilmarinen, the immortal blacksmith. Ilmarinen's role in the Kalevala is equally significant. Known for his unparalleled skill, he forges the Sampo from materials that symbolize the essence of life, fire, water, and the breath of the wind. The Sampo becomes a symbol of harmony and balance, a testament to the collaborative efforts of Väinämöinen and Ilmarinen. The creation of the Sampo also highlights the interplay between nature and human ingenuity in Finnish mythology. Ilmarinen's forge is not just a workshop but a sacred space where the elements are harnessed to create something extraordinary. This reflects the Finnish reverence for nature and the belief that humans, when working in harmony with the natural world, can achieve greatness. As the Kalevala unfolds, the stories of Väinämöinen and Ilmarinen intertwine with themes of love, loss, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Väinämöinen's wisdom and Ilmarinen's craftsmanship serve as guiding forces, shaping not only the physical world but also the moral and spiritual landscape of Finnish culture. Their tales remind us that creation is not a single act but an ongoing process, one that requires both vision and skill. The Kalevala's creation myths also emphasize the importance of community and collaboration. Väinämöinen and Ilmarinen, though vastly different in their abilities, come together to achieve what neither could accomplish alone. This spirit of unity is a cornerstone of Finnish identity, reflecting a deep respect for collective effort and shared purpose. As we conclude our exploration of the Kalevala, we're left with a profound appreciation for the richness of Finnish mythology. The stories of Väinämöinen and Ilmarinen invite us to see creation not as a distant, divine act but as a continuous, collaborative endeavor, one that celebrates the power of song, the beauty of craftsmanship, and the enduring connection between humanity and the natural world. With this, we bring our journey through 50 creation myths to a close, reflecting on the incredible diversity and shared wisdom of ancient cultures across the globe. And so, as we reach the end of our journey through 50 creation stories from ancient mythologies, we're left with a profound sense of awe at the incredible diversity and richness of human imagination. From the primordial waters of Nun in Egyptian mythology to the cosmic egg of Pangu in Chinese lore, From the battles of gods in the Enuma Elish to the harmonious songs of Vainamarinen in the Kalevala, each culture has woven its own unique tapestry of how the world came to be. Yet, amidst this diversity, there are threads that bind these stories together, themes of creation emerging from chaos, the interplay of light and darkness, and the enduring connection between humanity and the natural world. These myths remind us that, no matter where we come from, we share a universal curiosity about our origins. Whether through the acts of gods, the struggles of heroes, or the forces of nature, every culture has sought to explain the mysteries of existence. These stories are not just ancient tales, they are reflections of our deepest questions, our hopes, and our understanding of the world around us. They teach us about resilience, creativity, and the power of collaboration, offering timeless lessons that resonate even today. As we close this exploration, I invite you to reflect on these stories and the shared human spirit they represent. Which creation myth spoke to you the most? Was it the dramatic battles of the Norse gods, the poetic beauty of the Kalevala, or perhaps the intricate balance of the Hindu Trimurti? Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts and insights are what make this journey even more meaningful. Thank you for joining me on this incredible adventure through the myths and legends of our ancestors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep creating. The world is full of stories waiting to be told, and who knows, maybe one day your story will be part of the tapestry too.